The battle is about to begin. The consummate David is ready to challenge the ultimate Goliath. Allen Iverson, what he lacks in size, he more than makes up with in heart. And MVP season is proof of that. Just ask him. He'll tell you. Shaquille O'Neal, the warrior, power personified, striving to lead the Lakers to another NBA title. Who thinks they can stop this imposing force? For 5 seasons, Iverson has answered the challenge numerous times. But will this test be too daunting? Only his spirit can raise him to ultimate glory. But Shaq is not about to relinquish his grasp on basketball's greatest prize. David, Goliath, only one will be NBA champion. Beautiful 81-degree day in Southern California. They are ready for the start of the NBA Finals. For the defending NBA champion Lakers, the long layoff is over as they make their 26th trip to the Finals, the most appearances in the history of the NBA. Shaquille O'Neal, following a subpar first half of the season, is at the top of his game. Shaq and Kobe Bryant have worked out their differences. They're now the most powerful 1-2 combination in basketball. And they'll face the NBA's most valuable player, Allen Iverson, who comes off a spectacular 44-point game against Milwaukee on Sunday, plus the Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo, who has been on a tear during this postseason, but now must contend with the premier center in the league. There are many subplots as this championship series gets underway. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Doug Collins. And Doug, we mentioned the long layoff. The Lakers over the first 3 rounds were playing at an exceptionally high level. Kobe and Shaq playing the best basketball of their careers. And now the question is, the finals are upon us. Can they play and can they maintain that same kind of firepower?
Well, Marv, the answer is yes, and the reason is because of Kobe and Shaq. And let's talk about the Kobe effect. His brilliant playmaking ability. He's been getting his teammates wide open shots. His driving, scoring at the basket, breaking down defenses, and then pulling up and hitting the outside jump shots. The entire package all throughout the playoffs. And look at his numbers, what he's done. The points, the rebounds, the assists, the leadership. He has done it on the outside. And when they've needed the inside, who do they go to? Shaquille O'Neal, the power inside. You see the offensive rebound and going strong to the basket, but also the big man's ability to run the floor and finish on the break. And by design, the Lakers start out every playoff series and they go to Shaquille O'Neal, and look what he's done. The record is 7-0. The numbers, almost 38 points, the rebounds, the blocks, the field goal percentage. They want him to set the tone for the first game, and Marv, he has been brilliant doing that. You know that Shaq loves challenges. When he's got the Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo, his ankle's fine. He said, I'm coming out, I'm dominating game 1.
And Phil Jackson was telling us yesterday his major concern was the difficulty in being able to gauge the speed and the quickness of Allen Iverson. In fact, the past couple of days in practice, backup Laker guard Tyronn Lue has been playing the role of Iverson, complete with protective sleeve, but so tough to measure until you are actually on the court face-to-face with Iverson.
Well, speed, but you're also talking about heart, competitiveness, courage. He's relentless on his attacks to the basket. His team feeds off this kind of attack to the basket, scoring over bigger players, taking hard fouls, stepping up and making free throws. And even when he misses, it's important for him to get his shots because they live off the offensive rebounds. A key for them is second chance points. And when Iverson is good, he's very good. This is why they feel very good that he can throw up one of these kind of nights and lead his team to victory. But you know what? It's just not Allen Iverson. His teammates have been spectacular this year. He's the MVP, but Aaron McKie, the 6th man, Dikembe Mutombo, the defensive player, Larry Brown, the coach of the year. All these individual awards, Mark. But you know what? The one team award they're looking for, the NBA championship, that ring. They feel they're playoff tested and ready to go. They think they can win tonight.
And the game gamesmanship has begun. Phil Jackson taking some shots, Doug. He's saying every time Allen Iverson handles the ball, he carries it, he palms it. Just a gentle reminder to the officiating crews who will be working this series. Tonight we have double coverage on the sideline. We're joined by both Jim Gray and Lewis Johnson. Let's start with Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Marv. I'm joined by Kobe Bryant. Kobe, are you concerned that the rust might show, particularly here in the first half, and will you be able to match the Sixers' intensity level?
Well, we're a little concerned, but what we're going to do is come out and just try to execute and be really sound and be really solid in the things that we like to do offensively and defensively, and just kind of take it from there.
Now, Kobe, you grew up in Philadelphia. Your dad played for the 76ers. You practiced with the Sixers as a youngster, but you said your favorite player was Magic Johnson. Is this difficult or exciting for you to play the Sixers?
It's exciting. You know, it's nice to be in the NBA Finals and have an opportunity to play against a team like Philadelphia. It's kind of a part of history. You know, it's a big tradition with the Lakers and the Sixers back in the day, and we're just a part of it.
All right, Kobe, best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
All right, let's go down to Lewis Johnson with the 76ers.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. I'm with the Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo. And Dikembe, it's no secret that your matchup with Shaquille O'Neal is probably the most critical of the series. How will you defend Shaq?
I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit. Sometimes I'm going to guard him one-on-one. Sometimes we're going to ask my teammate to come double team him. We're just going to see how the game goes, and then we're going to determine how we're going to play.
How important is it for you to carry over that energy from the big win in Game 7 against Milwaukee? After all, the Lakers haven't played in 10 days.
I think that sometimes when you sit there at home for 10 days as the Lakers did, you can becoming a little bit more relaxed. But for us, it's been a war every day, so we're looking for to continue the war.
Dikembe, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, Marv.
All right, thank you very much, Lewis. And coming up, we'll hear from Ahmad Rashad and his pregame panel. Momentarily, Game 1 of this NBA Final. Can Allen Iverson continue to get knocked down and get up to lead the Sixers? He'll be going up against the Laker team looking to win their 20th straight game, and all that stands between them and another title is a Sixer club which refuses to go down easily. Back with Game 1 in a moment.
He crunched through the first round. He crunched through the conference semis. He crunched through the Western Finals. And he's still hungry. It's crunch time. Nestle Crunch, the official candy bar of the NBA.
1-800-CALL-ATT presents Stranded.
So how are we getting home?
Good question.
Hop on in, guys.
File this under never. Need a ride? Dial down the center. 1-800-CALLATT and save big bucks on every call.
I live with my mom.
Use 1-800-CALLATT for collect calls.
Anything in the mail?
Junk. Hey, look at this.
What?
A credit card pre-approved. You know what that means?
You already have a credit card.
It's pre-approved. What do you want? A trip to Bermuda?
The Caymans?
Yeah. Or a nice dinner out.
You know what I want? A house.
Using credit wisely is the first step toward owning a home. Call for the free guide on credit from the Fannie Mae Foundation and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
It's summertime, and there's never been a better time to join America Online.
I plan all my vacations on AOL.
I use AOL to get driving directions.
Email is fast, it's easy.
And now, with the AOL Mobile Communicator, you can send and receive instant messages and email while away from your computer.
Wherever I go, I stay connected with everyone in my life. It's really easy to stay in touch.
To order, go to AOL keyword Mobile Communicator or call 1-800-4ONLINE. America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
Center in Boston, where tonight the legendary group U2 is in concert. And we'll take you there for a special live performance at halftime of tonight's game between the Lakers and the Sixers. Rashad, joined by Kevin Johnson, DJ Carlissimo, Bill Walton, and Steve Snapper Jones as we get set for game one. Now, when the Sixers acquired Dikembe Mutombo, everyone thought it would help them with the matchup with Shaquille O'Neal if they got to the finals. Now the matchup is here, but can Mutombo contain Shaq? That is my question to you guys. You will have 2.5 minutes to answer, Steve.
Well, Amada, what I learned last week was it's not about numbers. It's about whether the basketball gods are going to anoint you as the guy to restore order to the universe. And that's what Dikembe Mutombo is, the guy that's going to restore order. You know, he's from Zaire, Bill. So forget about Shaq.
Talk about universe and gods. This is about history. I'm saving you a trip to the library right now. Now, Dikembe Mutombo is an excellent player, but defensively, he's always been a length player who's very tall. You got to play position defense if you're going to be successful against Shaq, and that's not the strength of Dikembe's game. But
how about a little bit of heart?
Offense, he's not a movement player either.
In this game.
You got to let the little guys get in. This is about Allen Iverson. Us small guys are the guys who makes a difference. He may be small in stature, big game, big heart. He inspires his teammates. Allen Iverson is a key in this series for Philadelphia.
Basketball is a team game. It's not Dikembe against Shaq. It's the Philadelphia defense that helped Milwaukee down, that helped Toronto down. They're going to hold LA down.
Men are made in the paint.
The question is, contain Shaq.
He's going to wear Shaq out. Their history says he only gets 22 points a game against Dikembe Mutombo.
Call the paramedics
so all
quickly.
of these 30, 40-point games that Shaq has been getting.
Call the paramedics.
Here's his book.
Call the paramedic right now. Dikembe has to stay out of foul trouble, and he has to contribute on the offensive end. I think it's going to be a nightmare.
Ahmad, next time, direct your question to the point guard and the coach.
Can Mutombo contain Shaq?
I don't think he's going to contain him, and he doesn't have to contain him.
I said he
the
could.
The team has to slow them down a little bit. The key, this is game one. Got East versus West. These guys are not familiar with each other. Dikembe hasn't played in any of the games this year. This is the feeling out game. If Philadelphia controls the tempo, they'll be all right.
The whole key for Philadelphia.
Mutombo said before the game, he said, I'm ready for this challenge. Shaq had heard that. Shaq said, I'm going to make him pay.
The whole key for Philadelphia is if somebody can force the Lakers to double team.
More votes for the MVP.
If Iverson can't force the double team,
that's right.
Philadelphia has no chance.
You heard Dikembe, they're going to double team sometimes. You know, I thought locker rooms with 5 coaches at halftime was confusing. This takes it to a new level.
Let me ask this question one more time. Can Mutombo
contain
Shaq? You said he can he?
No.
Can he?
No.
Just slow him down.
So that's
20 points a game, that's what he averages.
That was an election here. They must think that they're part of the election. That's why they...
Is the paramedic here yet? This guy needs a stretcher.
Shortly now, as we get ready for game one, let's quickly check in with Peter Vesey, who has some news on the Sixers. Peter.
Thanks, Ahmad. Ahmad, I have it on the highest authority that this series, win or lose, may very well signal the end of Larry Brown's pro coaching career. After the season, he's going to take a couple weeks. He's going to talk to the people who are important to him before he makes his final decision. And I asked Larry Brown to comment on this report a short while ago, and he said, hey, everybody knows I had health problems in March, and I've got 2 small kids. Other than that, I have no comment. Back to you, Ahmad.
All right, thank you very much, Peter. Could that be a rallying point for the team?
Win one for the coach. They love Larry Brown.
All right, coming up next, it's the tip-off of game one. League MVP Allen Iverson and the underdog 76ers trying to knock off Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and the defending champion Lakers. You are watching the NBA Finals on NBC.
What the heck is going on down here? Am I in the right place? I thought it would be hotter.
How is this possible? Wow, Jim Young actually bought a round?
Jim!
Thought you'd never see the day? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
the all-new 2002 Ford Explorer. Smoother, roomier, and more powerful. Even nature is singing its praises.
All right, guys, bring it in. Bring it in. Hey, where's Billy?
He's sick. He's our best player. Yeah, we can't play without him.
Come on, it's gonna be okay.
But it's for the championship, Coach.
There's gonna be a lot of other games.
Hey, I can play.
Do you know how?
I'm not bad.
He's tall. What do you think? All right, let's play! Hey, if we win, we get to go to McDonald's. So don't play.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Ford Outfitters, no boundaries. By Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. By American Express Small Business Services. What can we do for your business? And by NikeBasketball.com.
Welcome back to Staples Center, Los Angeles, California. Capacity crowd, 19,000 turning out for Game 1 of this NBA Final Series. A look at the starting lineups for the Philadelphia 76ers, who went 56-26 during the regular season on top. In the East, Tyrone Hill, Dikembe Mutombo, Jermaine Jones for the injured George Lynch. Up front, Allen Iverson, Aaron McKie in the backcourt. And for the Los Angeles Lakers, second seed in the West, 56-26, and then came on in the postseason. It's Rick Fox with Shaquille O'Neal and Horace Grant on the front line. Kobe Bryant and the red-hot Derek Fisher in the backcourt. The officials, Joey Crawford, Dick Bavetta, and Ron Garretson. This is the first time since 1983 that the 76ers are in the finals. Fourth straight time that Philadelphia faces the Lakers as their opponent. Kobe Bryant going up against his hometown ball club. It's been a 9-day layoff for the Los Angeles Lakers, Doug. The question is, will the layoff hurt the Lakers? And what about the 76ers coming off an intensive 7-game series? Are they physically and emotionally spent, or is that a good thing coming off that kind of 7-game set with Milwaukee?
I think it's good for Philadelphia. I think they have great energy. I don't think fatigue will be a factor tonight. Fatigue will be a factor with the long series. Marv, I think a couple things. When I asked Kobe before the game, what are a couple things to look at for the Lakers? He said two things. Rhythm, are we in our rhythm? And secondly, what kind of defense are we playing? Those are the things that carried us. For Philadelphia, I think two things. I think they must win the first quarter, and I think Mutombo must stay out of foul trouble.
The 2001 NBA Finals are underway as the Lakers control the opening tip. Phil Jackson telling us yesterday he wants to get Shaquille O'Neal involved early. Shaq to the crossover. And last touch by the Lakers. So the 76ers to the offense.
Those are the kind of shots that Dikembe wants Shaq to take. Little jump shots. He can get a hand up and keep him off the boards.
Aaron McKie being played by Kobe Bryant. Allen Iverson guarded by Derek Fisher. Excellent defender. Iverson. Rick Fox fires down. Derek Fisher lost the handle. And here's Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal going right at Dikembe Mutombo.
Well, that's what we talked about in our open. He has done this in every first game of every playoff series with the Lakers. They're 7-0. He's averaging almost 38 points a game. He's taking the first two shots.
Phil Jackson saying he'd like to see Shaq open up with a 50-point burst here in game number 1. Good look from Iverson, and Aaron McKie knocks down the three.
Oh, Aaron McKie has been shooting the ball so well. He did not shoot the three that well during the regular season, but 42% been a big key for them with all the double teams on Iverson.
Nice pass. Fisher setting it up for Grant. Could not convert. Iverson. Fouled by Fisher. The hesitation move by Allen Iverson, leading to Derek Fisher reaching in.
Derek Fisher is one of the best in the league at stepping over and taking the charge. He's going to have to gauge the quickness of Iverson. This is the quickest player he's played. He's going to have to get there just a little sooner.
76ers with a 3-2 lead. Iverson. Came up with a circus shot and then off the rebound. Not able to hit.
He is going to keep attacking, Marv. He's going to get 30-plus shots, and he needs to. When he gets 30-plus shots, they are 7-2. When he doesn't, they are 4-5. He must shoot the ball.
Kobe Bryant lost it. Here's Iverson. So it's a sloppy start by the Lakers. Sixers with a 5-2 lead.
Those are the kind of baskets for the Lakers you don't want to give Iverson layups.
Nicely done. Horace Grant from Shaquille O'Neal.
Now, the 76ers normally don't like to double team, but if they double team, they're going to come over with a big guy. Tyrone Hill got there. Nobody got his man rotating the basket. Horace Grant with an easy score.
This is Jermaine Jones. Sixers in the midst of a weave. Mutombo. Kobe Bryant using the pick. Rick Fox, who has come on strong since the All-Star break, rejected and fouled by Jones.
One of the things that the 76ers do, they really get up and they pressure the basketball. And this is what they do. They force turnovers. They average almost 10 steals a game, and then they run out on these steals. This is how Iverson gets in the open court. And Marvin, if you want to talk about Philadelphia and how they're going to score, they've got to get easy baskets off steals. They've got to get deflections. They've got to get offensive rebounds, and they've got to get to the free throw line. They need 20-plus points at the line.
Rick Fox ties the game at 5. Rick Fox, born in the Bahamas, grew up in Canada. He's averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds in the postseason. Lakers 6 and the 76ers 5. And the early chant of defense from this crowd here at Staples. McKee able to lose Bryant on the point and fires up the air ball. Fox for a shot. Shaquille O'Neal beating Dikembe Mutombo down court.
Well, that's a problem for Philadelphia because Shaq runs much better. Somebody's going to have to get back and give some help. You cannot give those breakaway layups to Shaq.
Iverson using the pick. Iverson 1 for 5 from the field.
And you can see what Philadelphia is doing. They're running a lot of screen rolls involving Shaq to try to get jump shots. They're just not knocking any of them in.
Kobe off the fake, gives it back. Fox for 3.
It's the playmaking ability of Kobe Bryant that has changed this team. He trusts his teammates. He's creating, and Fox and Fisher are burying open threes.
Lakers 11, the Sixers 5, 9 unanswered for the Lakers. Shot clock down to 5. Hill had to give it up, deflected out by Fox, and the 76ers left 3 on the 24.
Marv, one of the things to really keep your eye on, Kobe Bryant is pressuring Aaron McKee and really making it difficult to get the easy pass to Allen Iverson. So his defense at the point of the ball has been so important in the entire playoffs. We really saw it in that San Antonio Spurs series.
Eric Snow has come on for Jermaine Jones. Eric Snow playing with that stress fracture in his right ankle. 3 on the shot clock. The 76ers now 2 of 9 from the field. Here's Horace Grant. So the Lakers, after starting off with some sloppy play, have settled down and now lead at 13-5.
Much sharper than I thought they would be early.
Iverson kicks it out of bounds.
Marv, as I watched Horace Grant hit that open jump shot, I was thinking, no disrespect to Tyrone Hill, but he's seen Rasheed Wallace, Chris Webber, and Tim Duncan. I think he's on a little bit of a vacation right now.
And it will provide Horace the chance for some help defense, as opposed to the one-on-one situation. Shaquille draws the foul. Hit by Mutombo. And the crowd reacting to the spinning move by Shaquille O'Neal.
So he can step out on the floor, and he's much quicker than Dikembe. It's very difficult for Dikembe to use the footwork to try to stay in front of Shaq. And Shaq, you can see already, Marv, they're trying to get him the ball on the move, not just a post up where Mutombo can lay in behind him, but keep Dikembe moving, take advantage of Shaq's quickness.
And you see the numbers on Shaq throughout the playoff run. That was 27 against Portland, better than 33 in the second round. Had some problems the first couple of games against San Antonio. Lane violation. Shaq will shoot a game. For Shaq, there were subpar performances, although the numbers were certainly impressive, and then came on with the series shifting here to Los Angeles.
Well, I give Shaq a lot of credit. He went back to San Antonio, where he went to high school. It would have been very easy for him to try to do too much. He did not do that. He was getting a lot of attention from David Robinson and Duncan. And Kobe, you remember the 45-point game one that changed the face of that series. Shaq showed a lot of maturity that he came home and he dominated here at home.
So the Lakers with a 14-5 lead, 12 straight points for the Lakers. Eric Snow, good defense by Rick Fox. And here's Snow. Rebounded by O'Neal. And Shaq brings it across.
Now you've got Kobe going against Iverson. They'll try to get him the ball in the post.
Offensive foul. And Joe Crawford tells Phil Jackson to settle down. It's picked up by Kobe.
But with Eric Snow in the game now, that puts Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant with each other. That means they're going to have to double team him. The offensive foul there on Kobe. But now you see Kobe chasing Allen Iverson and Fisher pressuring the ball. This is what they'll do as they go to the bench and bring in Eric Snow and go to a smaller lineup.
The steal by Bryant. Fox ahead of the field. In the midst of a burst, have jumped it from 16 to 5. And the Sixers will take on a 14-0 run by Los Angeles. They've hit 6 of 9 from the floor.
Turnovers. The Lakers averaging almost 10 steals. And when they steal the basketball, they are going to run. That brings Fisher into play. Fox, Kobe, and when they're attacking, and now you throw Shaq in the post, what they are is they become unstoppable.
Stay tuned for the Halftime Spectacular featuring U2 live, coming up on NBC.
This company was showing its age, but it discovered a new market opportunity. Alas, its data was locked in systems that were showing their age too. The company feared they would have to replace the systems. Instead, their new software allowed them to quickly transform them. The software is neither humble nor vain with its facelift. Always adaptable and eternally youthful. Enterprise software from Microsoft.
I'm going to see about a credit card.
Oh, but honey.
Rejected. Rejected?
You have no future.
But I just got a great job. Run, little man, run! What kind of bank is this?
Take that.
Honey, I already got us a Capital One card.
33 million people have chosen Capital One to help build their financial future.
What's in your wallet?
On June 22nd, it's not who you know.
My brother likes you. Usually he doesn't like anybody.
It's how fast, Smoke 'em, you can go. Fast and the Furious, rated PG-13.
Well, it's that time of year again, and you're stuck in the heat watching the mercury rise.
Want to make sure that doesn't happen to your summer? Get you and your friends entered to win really cool Miller Time trips like these in our Miller Lite Get the Goods Summertime promotion. Pick up your Miller Lite Get the Goods entry card wherever you see this display. What are you looking at?
The next territory in security. Introducing the all-new Ford Explorer. No boundaries.
Well, as we have seen throughout the season, Kobe Bryant, a player who can do it at both the offensive end and at the defensive end. Chasing Allen Iverson around, reaches in, able to come up with the steal, leading to the fast break. Kobe Bryant was born in Philadelphia, as we mentioned earlier, son of Joe Jellybean Bryant, who spent 8 seasons in the NBA, one-time teammate of our Doug Collins. Spent much of his childhood in Italy, playing against older competition for the most part. Back in Pennsylvania for high school, Kobe entered the NBA right out of high school, and he eventually ended up in LA, where he had to go through some growing pains. That's his first All-Star game appearance. His idol, Michael Jordan's last, and the maturation of Kobe followed. NBA title came shortly thereafter last season. Doug, did you know as a freshman, Kobe was telling us his team was 4-22, his high school team. Can you imagine the team with Kobe Bryant 4-22?
No, I can't. But I also, what he told you afterwards, he said, I never forgot that. And a lot of people paid for that in my last 3 years there too.
Kobe averaging better than 31 through the postseason. Good play by Fisher to strip Iverson, and they'll jump it up. Dick Bavetta calling for the jump ball.
As Iverson drives to the basket, watch here as Derek Fisher just gets a hand in there, knocks that ball loose. And this is one thing that Philadelphia has done all through the playoffs. They normally come up with those loose balls, but you know what? When you're down there on the floor with Derek Fisher, you're going to have to fight him for that one, because he is a guy who will go down there and pick up all those loose balls for his team.
The Lakers in the midst of a 14-0 run. Sixers have missed their last 5 shots. They are only 2 of 10 here in the first quarter.
Marv, as we've watched the Lakers through the playoffs, the thing that jumps out to me more than anything else is their defense is so good. They sort of coasted during the regular season, but at the end they start cranking up their defense, and it has been phenomenal, giving up only 89 points a game, averaging almost 105, so it's almost a 16-point differential. That's all the defense and what they've done in this playoffs.
Kobe Bryant yet to attempt a shot, looking to set up teammates, and then fires and hits. That is the first field goal for Kobe Bryant. The Lakers 7 of 10, and they've scored 16 unanswered.
Well, who's going to get a basket here for Philadelphia? You see Kobe just Velcroed to Iverson. They can't get him the ball. Aaron McKee, somebody's going to have to find a way to get a basket here.
Here's Snow. And that stops the 16-0 run. And Dick Bavetta checking the blood on the elbow of Derek Fisher.
I'm sure that happened on that loose ball when he was down scrambling with Tyrone Hill. So with the blood rule, they'll have to clean that up. We see Gary Vitti, the trainer for the Lakers, attending to Derek Fisher.
And it appears that Brian Shaw will check in. Not enough time for Gary Vitti to make the repairs, and Derek Fisher has to head back to the bench. So here is Shaw. Brian Shaw, player who last year and this season in the playoffs able to come up with timely jump shots. Shaq drawing the double. And Dikembe Mutombo with the rebound. Iverson.
Yes, how good was that? I mean, Kobe Bryant right on him. He drives it and gets Kobe back on his heels, pulls back, with the quick release jumper. That was beautiful.
Second field goal for Iverson. 2 of 6 from the field. Lakers 18, Sixers 9. Rick Fox for 3. Neither the Lakers or the Sixers during the regular season shot well from downtown. The Lakers, though, picked it up in the postseason.
Well, in the first 2 playoff rounds, they shot 27%. It was a 15 of 20 by Derek Fisher that really skewed those numbers. They're now shooting almost 35% from the three-point line for the playoffs.
Oh, they are getting down deep. And a 3-second violation.
Allen Iverson in the open floor, impossible to guard. Kobe does a nice job. He gets a hand up, but that's why he's the MVP. The ability to make those kind of shots. But more importantly, when he's not shooting the ball well, he stays with his shot and he continues to shoot. He never shies away from it, and he must continue to shoot the basketball.
Iverson had the shot deflected short by Brian Iverson, claiming that he was fouled. Kobe working his way on Snow. Here's McKee. Iverson. Iverson had a reset. Got batted up. Still 14 on the shot clock.
Kobe Bryant has blocked his last 2 shots.
Shot clock down to 2. Down to 1. Iverson. Oh, what a spectacular finish as the Sixers use the full 24.
Now, how many guys do you know when they're struggling to shoot the ball would not take a shot like that against the clock? He never looks at his shot attempts. He will take the shot for his team.
Traveling violation, and that was caused by the hustle of Allen Iverson.
The length of Kobe Bryant. He just gets out and just gets a piece of that shot. And the next time down the floor, Allen Iverson said, you know what? You're going to have to show me you can block it again. Kobe gets a hand on that one. But he said, you know what? The shot clock is winding down. You're going to have to block it again. This time, a tough shot over Brian Shaw, almost behind the basket. The Sixers are not going to go away. They've not shot the ball well, but they're hanging around within 10.
We test dehydration under extreme conditions. We test how the brain works when the body is fatigued. We test over and over in a real lab with real athletes with the very focused goal of improving athletic performance. It's called the Gatorade Sports Science Institute. You can look it up.
The all-new 2002 Ford Explorer. Smoother, roomier, and more powerful. Even nature is singing its praises.
Hey, Peter. How's this? You pay less for every gallon of gas you buy at Exxon and Mobil when you use a small business card. You know American Express. Say a fill-up is 30 gallons. You got 7 trucks. You fill them up a couple of times a week. You'd save over $600 a year just by using this card. So why would you pay any other way?
Every year, we help small business save real money on gas, shipping, travel, and more. What can we do for your business? Call us at 1-800-SUCCESS.
Why don't you get us something to cool this fire down?
I got just the thing. Got 2 loaves for that fire.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
That's not that bad.
She led the Comets dynasty. Now as coach of the Mercury, Cynthia Cooper faces her former team for the first time. The WNBA on NBC Sunday.
Get into the game.
The French Open continues Friday morning at 10. Saturday at 2 Eastern, the women's final. And Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern, the men's final. This weekend on NBC.
Now look at Allen Iverson, who plays with such passion, seemingly bouncing off the floor 10, 15 times a game. He's very durable, Doug, but he has been playing hurt for a good portion of the season, still bothered by the bruised tailbone and a sore hip. That's been a laundry list of injuries these past couple of years, and Iverson has been able to hang in.
Well, Mark, what happens is when you see these kind of injuries, this is your best player and he doesn't miss games, then you don't miss either. Aaron McKee's got a bad shoulder. You've got Eric Snow has got a screw in his foot. He's got a fractured foot right now. You've got guys playing beat up. Dikembe Mutombo has a broken finger. So what you do is when your leader is playing with these kind of injuries, you strap it up and you play as well. And that's all the little things that he does for his team.
And George Lynch, a very important player for the 76ers because of his defensive prowess. One-time LA Lakers out of a broken bone in his left foot. He's missed the last 9 games. Hopes to return in Game 4. And the foul is called. Foul on O'Neal. That's his first. Dikembe Mutombo is George Lynch. Dikembe has been doing a nice job at the foul line.
Well, it's very important when your big guy can make free throws because he gets a lot of offensive rebounds. And when you get offensive rebounds, you're in a position to draw a lot of fouls. So when you can step up there and shoot free throws, I mean, Dikembe in the postseason is shooting 80%. And that's very important for your team. You can't take fouls around the basket and make him go to the line. He'll make you pay for it.
Lakers 21. Sixers 13. Fox not able to put it down. Tyrone Hill stripped by Rick Fox, but knocked it out of bounds. Hill thought he was fouled.
Dikembe Mutombo, this is what he does well. He comes off his man and protects that basket. That's when he gets the majority of his block shots.
Dikembe coming off a stellar series against the Milwaukee Bucks. Nice picked off by Fox. Kobe met by the double. Fisher had a pass on the 3. Deflected out by Snow.
Well, the Sixers are so aware of how well that Fisher's been shooting that three. Remember, 15 of 20 in a 4-game series against the Spurs, which set a record in a playoff series. They chased out at him and forced him to put that ball on the floor. It disrupted his rhythm.
We're down to 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Fox tried to shovel it to O'Neal, but Shaq surprised by the pass.
I get a sense that Philadelphia is starting to get a little bit of feel for what the Lakers want to do offensively. They're starting to get some stops. You know, the Lakers play a unique style that you don't see that often. They're starting to defend much better right now, Mark.
All right, here's Iverson. Yes, and Allen Iverson has picked it up. That's his 4th field goal. He has 8 points. You mentioned the stops by the Sixers. Lakers have now turned it over 5 times. Shaq again, getting down deep, and shots up a facial. Mutombo felt it should have been an offensive foul.
It's very difficult to hold your ground against Shaq, and he can just crab dribble you back there and just inch along till he's underneath the basket. You cannot play him, and Mutombo cannot take the foul. He already has one.
Iverson again.
This guy has such courage. You love the fact that he is fearless. He can miss 10 shots in a row and think is hot and want that 11th one.
He's now 5 for 11 from the field. Here's Fisher from downtown. Kept it on by Fox, getting it to Bryant. He's turned back by Hill. 2-on-1. Iverson behind the back. Snow able to finish. And the Sixers are now down by 3.
That's when they're at their best, forcing turnovers, rebounding the basketball, running, getting some easy scores.
15-5 run by Philadelphia. Fisher to the left hand. Hill with the rebound. Iverson on the open floor. Iverson protecting the ball against Fox, although he thought he was fouled. Bryant lost it. McKee took it away for Kobe Bryant. Iverson. You can see Allen slowing down, trying to draw the foul on Fox.
See, the Lakers have not faced this kind of pressure on the perimeter defensively. And if the Sixers are going to win, this is exactly what they have to do. Pressure the point of the ball.
Final seconds of the quarter. Kobe draws the foul with 3 1/10 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
I'm hard to give you a little stat here. Allen Iverson in his last 5 quarters, he had 44, then he had 26, then he had 44. He had 70 points in his last 5 quarters. Tonight, in 6 quarters, he now has 82 points. That is amazing. This guy in 6 quarters has put up 82 points.
On his play. And time has run out in this first quarter. Allen Iverson on a roll. 12 points for Iverson, picking it up after the 1-for-5 start. He is 5 for his last 8 from the field. The Lakers getting off to the early lead. Now lead by 1, 23-22. Eric Snow able to finish off the break. That's the end of 1. Here in Los Angeles. Back with the second quarter in a moment.
By being Blue Oval certified, we are showing our customers that we really, truly care. Oh, Manny Mejia. Yeah, he's a great guy. I think he's pretty happy with my service. I mean, he keeps coming back.
I felt very comfortable with him because he showed that he cares about what he was going to do for me. What more can you ask?
The Blue Oval thumbprint just means that we are certified and that we're here to make them feel good about their experience here at the dealership.
For your Blue Oval certified Ford dealer, call or click Blue Oval.
$1 billion. That's how much Oracle saved in 1 year using its own e-business software. How much will you save? Oracle. Software powers the internet.
Finally, Gatorade brings you energy in a bar. The Gatorade Energy Bar. Energy to burn. What burns inside you?
When Hawaiian sumo legend Konishiki feels like Eurasian cuisine, he goes to Indigo. For Italian, it's off to Antipasto's, Makawao Steakhouse for steak, Cha-Cha-Cha Salsaria for Mexican, Magoroya for great sushi, and who knows how many restaurants he'll eat at tomorrow night. But no matter where he eats, he'll be paying with his Visa card. Because like so many other great places in Hawaii, these restaurants don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
What are you drinking?
Gatorade.
Gatorade make wine now?
On June 22nd, the animal kingdom is in chaos.
Hello, Clarice. You haven't had sex in 48 years?
But am I a machine? And it's up to the doctor.
You just don't come up here on my balcony, make an appointment.
So young, so angry. Damn that rap music.
To be the man.
What's it? You gotta do that, sit down on the toilet. Oh!
Woo.
You sure you just had ice cream?
Dr. Dolittle 2, rated PG, June 22nd, only in theaters.
Doug, for the Lakers, a team that has not lost since April the 1st. This is their first test here in the first quarter in some time.
Well, they've been so dominant in the first quarter throughout the playoffs. Mark, what I thought happened in that first quarter, the Lakers came out with great energy. But I thought the fact that they have not played in 10 days, they need that second win. And at the end of that quarter, I thought they got tired. They turned the ball over. They didn't get back on defense. Iverson got some layups. Eric Snow got one. They're right back in the game now. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes the Lakers to get those playoff legs back. You cannot simulate in practice what you feel in the game with the energy and the emotion.
6 turnovers for the Lakers in the first quarter. That's a high number for this club. 4 by the Sixers. Philadelphia with a 17-5 run to end the first quarter. Lakers have led by as many as 13. Allen Iverson on fire has given the 76ers a 1-point lead. So Iverson now has 14 points. He's hit 6 of his last 9. He has 10 points the last 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Now single coverage on Shaq. Nice pass for Fox.
I tell you, you have such a tendency when you're going to double team, you start peeking over at the basketball. And Aaron McKie, a terrific defender, turned his head, and Rick Fox comes right to the basket. And Shaq is an excellent passer.
Raja Bell, one of the heroes of the Game 7 victory on Sunday, is on the floor for the first time. Robert Horry, who just checked in, able to power that rebound. Here's Fox. Yes. Rick Fox has been on fire. He's 5 for 6 from the field. And apparently a problem with the game clock.
Did they give him a 2 or 3 on that? You know, Frank Hamlin, the one assistant for the Lakers, saying that was a 3-point shot, so I think they now have given him a 3. Phil Jackson with that little smile is telling Frank it's a nice job. So here's the feed right here. You can see he's well behind the line. So that's a good call by the officials. Joey Crawford, you see his eyes right down on the target there, so that's a good call.
So Fox has 15 points, and we're just early second quarter. Lakers now lead 28-24. Iverson sets it up for McKie. Yes. And that's a 2-pointer. He had a foot on the line. 5 points for McKie, and the Lakers lead by 2.
This Philadelphia team has got a lot of toughness and courage. The Lakers are going to have, this is the most competitive team they have faced in the playoffs.
Shaq feeling some contact. Able to go glass. Shaquille O'Neal has 9, and the Lakers are up by 4. Tumbo. Dikembe with a sweeping hook over Shaquille O'Neal.
Dikembe wants a few more touches in that post, coach. He said, bring it to me. I'm guarding Shaq. Make him guard me a little bit.
Lakers with a 30-28 lead. And Shaq able to squeeze his way inside to draw the foul. It's on Hill, who came over to help.
Well, Phil Jackson has said that this series is going to be determined by this spot right here. Down in the post, these two big men. Shaquille O'Neal with the great footwork. A nice shot off the glass. And then Dikembe follows it up, and he has done a nice job offensively in the first 3 series. People felt like that maybe in this series he wouldn't be as effective against Shaq, but you still got to throw him the ball down there and make Shaq defend.
Matt Geiger has come on, joining Dikembe Mutombo on the front line. Matt Geiger's minutes have been limited, coming back from that tear of the right quadricep.
You know, Mark, one of the things we haven't talked about the entire playoffs is Shaq's free throw shooting. They have been so dominant, it hadn't even mattered. It'd be interesting to see what happens tonight if the game is close. Would free throw shooting play into this tonight? But we have not seen it all because the Lakers have been so dominant.
We have, as a result, not seen the hack-a-Shaq policy. Raja Bell got caught in midair, and the Lakers will get it back. Phil Jackson now has a backcourt of Brian Shaw, Kobe Bryant. Robert Horry is up front with Rick Fox and Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, the steal by Bell. Here's Raja Bell. And he'll head to the line. Raja Bell signed a 10-day contract back in early April. He was playing in the CBA. Game 7 against Milwaukee on Sunday. 9 minutes, 4 for 6 from the field, 10 points, all in the second quarter. Kobe thought he was fouled.
Marv, the strategy is very simple for Philadelphia. They are pressuring the basketball. They are making Kobe work. They are up the floor. They're trying to flatten out that triangle, get them further out on the floor so they can defend them and not just come down and throw the ball inside to Shaq to put their defense in such problems. So the pressure has hurt the Lakers here early in this game with turnovers.
The Laker lead is now 1. I thought they were a little shaky at the start. You mentioned the high energy, but after seeing near perfection against San Antonio, it looks strange for the Lakers to give up the basketball.
Well, see, San Antonio didn't have the kind of speed to get out and do that. They had to play a very soft defense, and Kobe punished them.
Oh, the adjustment by Kobe Bryant, but he came up short. Good save by Mutombo. Bullet pass thrown by Iverson. Here's Iverson. Broken up by Mutombo. The save by Iverson.
A careless pass there again. Laker turnovers. When they get themselves in trouble, they don't get shots at the basket.
Iverson working his way. Mutombo on the follow.
Now there's the Iverson effect. He drove and 3 guys came over to him. Mutombo went right to the boards. Offensive rebounds critical for Philadelphia.
The 76er team fighting its way back, down by as many as 13. Shaq, nice follow. Brian Shaw providing the 1-point lead for the Lakers.
When teams like to go to the offensive boards, Mark, you can run on them if you'll rebound the ball, and that's what Philadelphia has done here in this first half.
Matt Geiger, who does have the good touch, able to hit the baseline jumper against O'Neal, and the Sixers lead by 1. Robert Horry backs to three-point territory. Robert Horry has been a huge playoff performer during the course of his career. Horry, who said the other day he will not be opting out of his contract, which has 2 years remaining here with the Lakers. Was the feeling he'd like to sign with Houston, his former team. His family lives in Houston year-round. Geiger, once again, Robert Horry's wife, Kiva, gave him the okay to stay in Los Angeles. He said, you know, those Laker championship bonus checks come in handy.
I like that.
Here's Brian Shaw getting the step.
Dikembe just does not want to leave Shaquille O'Neal, so they get him involved in a screen and roll. Shaw turns the corner, nobody back there to give help because he's so concerned about Shaq.
And Iverson taking a timeout. Iverson upset. He thought he had a baseline move open, but the timeout was called from the bench.
Well, Robert Horry, 9 of 34 in the playoffs. He buries this one, and Matt Geiger, a guy who has been hurt and really has not contributed much, has stepped forward, and he's hit 2 jump shots. And Brian Shaw, a guy that has had timely baskets throughout his career. Remember last year against Portland in Game 7, he drives to the basket. So the role players creating a little havoc here now in the game as the Lakers lead by 2.
Stay tuned for the Halftime Spectacular featuring U2 live, coming up on NBC.
We're back on 18. Annika Sorenstam tied for the lead. What she got, Jim?
Looks like an easy wedge, but with the green slope back, she'll have to stop it quick.
She eyes the shot.
Oh, she's got to be happy with that.
Makes you look 20 years younger.
Michelob Light, proud sponsor of Annika Sorenstam and the LPGA.
Can you swim in that?
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Nissan, driven by the smooth, satisfying taste of Michelob Light, beer or Michelob Light. By McDonald's, we love to see you smile. And by Dr. Dolittle 2, Eddie Murphy is back, June 22nd, only in theaters.
Even when Allen Iverson misses, he creates such opportunities on the offensive board because he draws so many defensive people to him. Dikembe Mutombo coming down the floor. You're going to see him right here, and he's going to get to the basket because of all the guys going over to block the shot. That's why second chance points are so vital to Philadelphia. Iverson creates 2-3 players coming at him, and you can see what Philadelphia does. They go right to that board. You can see Iverson has missed 10 shots, and the rebounds, the Lakers have 7, but 3 of the misses they have gotten back. That is critical because then he can shoot a low percentage and they can still win the game.
And Iverson is right on target. He's attempted 17 shots in 17 minutes. Mutombo able to keep it alive. Good hustle by Roger Bell.
So there's 2 offensive rebounds on that possession, Mark. It's exactly what we're talking about. It allows the Sixers to shoot a lower percentage but get more shots.
Iverson. Geiger off the fake. Going glass. Matt Geiger hit a couple early, and he's had opportunities here, looking to take the Laker big man outside. Here's Shaq. Remember Sean Kemp on Christmas hitting the outside shots, taking Shaq outside, very effective for Portland. Horry with the steal. And apparently that is Larry Brown's philosophy here tonight with Matt Geiger. Horry got the step, rejected by Mutombo. Mutombo with the rebound.
Now there's the Dikembe factor right there. They're going to be able to. It's a technical foul on Phil Jackson. He felt like that Kobe was fouled, but Dikembe, Mark, is an excellent help defender. He knows the defensive guidelines, and he is going to go to the front of that rim, any kind of penetration. And Kobe thought he had an easy layup. What do you mean? He's there on the baseline. It looks like he has the easy one, but here comes Dikembe. The technical foul follows, and the Sixers hanging tough now, down by only 2.
Neglecting your retirement plan? Sun America can help. Just ask your financial advisor. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
And, how are things at home?
I moved out. I thought you knew.
How is school?
I'm doing fine arts now. Thanks, Grandpa. So, how's Grandma?
She moved out. I thought you knew.
Just kidding, Daryl.
In 2 days.
What in the unholy crimson heck is that?
They're coming.
I think they're moving in.
Well, we were here first.
To wipe that silly smile off your planet.
Awesome!
Evolution, rated PG-13, starts this Friday.
The 240 horsepower Nissan Pathfinder.
WNBA? It takes, like you girls are doing, a lot of practice to be the best. Are y'all ready? Yeah! All right, let's run some layups. Way to go strong. That's good.
On TV, everyone can hear you scream.
Fear Factor premieres Monday on NBC.
Kentucky Derby winner Monarchos, Preakness winner Point Given. They square off in the conclusion of the Visa Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes, Saturday at 5 Eastern on NBC.
There's no question Kobe Bryant has been affected thus far this first half by the presence of Dikembe Mutombo.
Again, Dikembe knows the defensive guidelines and knows where exactly to be on the floor. He's always going to be in a help position. This is the value to his team. He just does not give up easy layups.
Kobe is now 1 for 6 from the field. Impressive stat line for Dikembe Mutombo. And Doug, do you get the idea that the Lakers are in a game for the first time since back game 2 of the series against San Antonio?
You know, I said going into this series, I felt the one thing that the Lakers would find out real quickly is how much they respect Philadelphia's toughness, their energy, their ability to go through droughts, but not to give up in the game. They will keep fighting you, Marv. That's a trademark of this team. We saw it when they were down 33 Milwaukee in game 6. They made a run, and Larry Brown feels like having his starters on the floor that helped them win game 7. They got back into a rhythm. They will not quit on a game.
Iverson hitting the technical, then follows up by shooting the 3. O'Neal lost it. Geiger diving for it. O'Neal landing on his head. Things getting a bit testy. They'll jump it up, and Joey Crawford somehow separates the two big men.
Starting to get a little testy here. You can feel the energy. The Lakers got off to a great start, and Philadelphia has fought back. So now all these loose balls being contested. You know how big the moment is when you see a ball down like that on the floor, and you get a guy like Shaq down there wrestling for it. And we still have over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Looks like he's breakdancing there on the top of Geiger, going for that loose ball.
O'Neal and Geiger controlled by the Lakers. Bryant, Fisher, and Shaw in a 3-guard set along with O'Neal and Ori for the Lakers. Here's Ori. Mutombo reaching for the rebound. Iverson. Now McKee off the pick. Geiger. A nice little turnaround. Beautiful wrist jumper by Matt Geiger.
Well, he's been under fire in Philly since he's been there. He signed a big contract. He's been hurt. The Philly fans are tough. They want you to be able to get out and perform as we see the jump hook by Shaq. But he can get himself into real good graces in the finals here if he comes out and plays well, Marv. I tell you that. I know the Philly fans well. They will embrace him if he plays well.
Lakers up 40-39. Shaq now has 12. Geiger again getting rid. Too much room for Robert Ory.
Larry Brown, it usually goes to Todd McCullough in this situation. He goes big with Dikembe. He's put a shooter in there because of the quickness of Robert Ory. McCullough could not play him, so Geiger has worked out well tonight.
Philadelphia by 1. Geiger's 4 for 6 from the field. Robert Ory not able to hit from downtown. Iverson pushing it. Sweeping by. By Allen Iverson.
This young guy will just throw himself around, and he said, you know what, I'm going to get to the free throw line. But watch him step through this space. Mark, there can't be like, what, about a foot of daylight there? And he steps through, and he knows Shaq's coming. Look at the hit that he takes. He rolls around, and he's going to go to the free throw line, but he steps right through the screener and the defender. Here comes Shaq. I think the Lakers are starting to realize that this Philadelphia team thinks they can win this game tonight. They're not here to celebrate the Lakers. They're here to beat them.
And Larry Brown made the point that this would be the best shot. If they only take one game here at Staples, it would be here tonight with the Lakers coming off the layoff. Philadelphia still pumped up with the intensive 7-game series against the Milwaukee Bucks. Sixers now lead by 3. They've trailed by as many as 13. Kobe Bryant not able to find the range. Again, Mutombo on the rebound. That's rebound number 10. And a loose ball foul indicated. It's on the Lakers. It's on Ori.
The game plan of Philadelphia defensively. Pressure the ball, make it tough to throw it into Shaq in the post. Make Kobe a jump shooter. Don't let him get to the basket to break down the defense. And then really get to Fisher and don't give him open shots. Marvin's been working right now perfectly as they're starting to get a rhythm about what the Lakers are wanting to do.
You look back to the regular season. Snow's pass broken up. These two clubs split the two games. Lakers winning here in early December. Kobe had 36, 22 in the second half. Allen Iverson only 9 for 27 in that game. And then mid-February in Philly, the Sixers won by 15 as Iverson lit up the Lakers for 40. And Kobe back in his hometown of Philadelphia playing with a sore shoulder. Allen Iverson, 19 points. Kobe Bryant had a rough night guarding Iverson, scored only 18 points, had 6 turnovers. Turnovers a problem here thus far for Kobe Bryant in this first half. Phil Jackson taking the timeout. Allen Iverson with 19 points, 8 of 19 from the field. Philly up by 5.
Calling a few pals? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Hey guys, hanging out? I'll hang out.
How safe is your retirement plan? Sun America can help. Just ask your financial advisor. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
A mystery buried in time.
You ever heard of the Clock of Ages?
Will unlock the door to the future.
You can build, destroy, move back and forth through time.
This summer, the fate of mankind will rest in the hands of one.
Don't stop.
On June 15th, the biggest adventure of the summer begins. Angelina Jolie is Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, June 15th.
Ahmad Rashad here at the Staples Center. Coming up at halftime, it's a special edition of Net Zero at the Half. We will take you to the Fleet Center in Boston for a live performance from the legendary group U2. More from U2 at halftime. But right now, let's go back to Marvin Doug.
Mark Doug. And you know, Ahmad is Mr. Rock and Roll. 3:40 to go in this first half. The 76ers have their biggest lead of the night. They're up 45-40.
Well, one thing we saw there, you know, Phil Jackson hates to take a timeout. He loves for his team to play through it. But he doesn't like what he sees right now. The 76ers have forced him into tough shots, turnovers. They now have the pace where they want it. And Phil wants to get this right before halftime.
Derek Fisher. Iverson on the loose ball. He has McKee with him, challenging Bryant. Iverson with the tip. And last touch by the 76ers. Derek Fisher back on the floor. It's Fisher and Bryant in the backcourt. O'Neal, Grant, Fox up front.
One of the things we've seen throughout the playoffs is the Lakers have owned the last 3 minutes of halves. Let's see if that happens tonight, or Philadelphia's defense can keep them in check.
O'Neal put the brakes on and gave back to Fisher. Here's Shaq with the drop step. Back comes Snow. Snow off the spin. and kicked it out. I think Eric is thinking now, where do I go following that move? Just under 3 minutes remaining in the half. McKee for Iverson.
Yes. That was not pretty by Aaron McKee, but somehow he found Allen Iverson on that baseline. Kobe putting all kind of pressure on the ball. Aaron McKee doesn't turn it over very often. He makes simple plays.
Kobe Bryant. Oh, beautiful done by Kobe. Tyrone Hill was looking for the rejection. That's only his second field goal. Bryant is 2 for 8 from the field.
And that's his first basket in the lane. Remember against San Antonio game 1, he had 11 layups or dunks. Not tonight. That has not been the case.
Against the Spurs, the lane's wide open for Kobe Bryant to operate. Iverson rebounded by O'Neal. This crowd trying to get the Lakers going. They have been stunned here in the first half by the play of the Sixers. Shaq again getting down. Change up to draw the foul.
And Dikembe did everything he could. That's just a brilliant move by an amazing basketball player. The footwork, it almost looks like Shaq puts his left arm on his shoulder to go up higher. Let's watch here on this play. It's hard to see from that angle, but he just elevates right over the top of Mutombo. Watch his left arm here now, Marv, as he tries to make this move. It almost looks like he gets it on the shoulder and rides himself up to the basket to get more elevation on that play. Dikembe took the punishment but got the foul.
Mutombo collecting a second. Larry Brown making the substitution. Matt Geiger checks back in. 7 points, 10 rebounds for Dikembe Mutombo.
Now, the reason that substitution is made is because Larry Brown knows that Dikembe will need 4 fouls in the second half. He does not want him to get his third going into halftime.
Shaq 3 of 5 from the line. He now has 15 points. And the Lakers are within 2. A minute 45 remaining in the half. Iverson eluding Bryant and then rejected and fouled. Kobe looking for a jump ball. The Lakers with their 4th team foul. That's the second on Kobe.
Allen Iverson is going to continue to put the pressure on the defense. Looks like a good block there. But you know what? When you keep attacking, you will get calls. Kobe will get those calls, as will Shaq. It always goes to the aggressor. Kobe not happy with that. But if he continues to put the pressure on the Philly defense, he will also get to the line.
Iverson at 81% free throw shooter. Eric Snow sits down. Roger Bell is back. You think back to earlier in this season and what was taking place between Allen Iverson and his coach, Larry Brown. At one point, Larry threatened to quit the Sixers, upset over the practice habits of Allen Iverson. Earlier this year, left the team on a medical vacation. Then team president Pat Croce backed his coach, told Iverson Larry was not going anywhere. Oh, the steal! Iverson again!
The pressure defense is really bothering the Lakers.
Sixers now lead 51-45. There's even talk of trading Iverson. Nearly happened. Both parties then bent, twisted, and things began to work out for Iverson, Brown, and the Sixers. Grant fouled by Geiger.
Now remember, Allen Iverson played at Georgetown, and they pressed all over the floor. So this is something that he's been good at his entire career. He steps right in the passing lane, almost like a defensive back, laying back there where Kobe could not see him. He lays the ball in the basket. And these are the kind of plays with Allen Iverson that make that jump shot start to go. When you make some layups, that basket gets real big.
Horace Grant at the line for the first time tonight. You can log on to NBA.com to make your own in-progress highlight reel of every game with my highlights and vote for the play of the playoffs. Find out the best play from the postseason on NBA at the Finals. Backstage with Ahmad Rashad. That'll be Sunday at 5 Eastern Time right here on NBC. It's all at NBA.com. Coming up on a minute remaining in this first half. Iverson draws the foul, and the Lakers are over the limit. Foul committed by Fisher, who's had a rough first half.
Allen Iverson so quick off the dribble. It looks like the Lakers want to funnel him baseline and bring the big guy over. But Shaq a little slow getting there. Fisher already had committed the foul. But again, that free throw line so vital to the 76ers. And look what this young guy has done. In the last 7 quarters, 96 points. That is unbelievable, Mark, what this guy's done. And it all started in a 33-point blowout in Game 6, where had Larry Brown chose to take his starters out and not play them in that kind of game, this may never have happened.
That game told an awful lot about this ball club as they fought back down by 33. And as you mentioned, Larry Brown stayed with, for the most part, his starting lineup, and they cut it back to a 10-point deficit. That may tell you more than any Sixer victory this season.
I agree with that. But Kobe is working so hard. They're showing 2-3 different defenders that are pressuring him. That's a tough shot.
Roger Bell is doing a nice job defensively against Kobe Bryant. Deflected out of bounds by Hill. Apparently a foul was called on Geiger. A loose ball foul on Matt Geiger, so the 76ers are over the foul limit.
Well, you think about it. In the San Antonio series, Antonio Daniels did a nice job defensively, but Kobe had him by 5 inches. So he was able to get wherever he wanted to go and jump over him. In the Sacramento series, Doug Christie's a pretty good defender, but Kobe beat him with quickness and got to the basket. And in Portland, he was facing Steve Smith, who didn't have the kind of quickness. This is the first time that Kobe has played against this kind of defense that can pressure him and keep him on the perimeter. He's going to have to make some adjustments here, Marv, at halftime.
Kobe Bryant coming into tonight averaging 31 points per game in the previous 11 playoff games. And here in the first half, just 2 for 9 from the field. Iverson for 3. Yes! Allen Iverson tearing the Lakers apart in this first half. 30 points for Iverson. And the Sixers lead 56-48. We're down to 20 seconds in the half. Shaq lost it. Geiger diving for it. Shaq tries to tie him up and succeeds.
Now remember, the Lakers going into tonight's game were giving up 89 points a game. The opponent shooting about 40%. Shaq spins in there, the ball is knocked loose, and you can see the hustle by the 76ers. They have taken the energy of Game 7, the emotional win against Milwaukee, and they've brought it here tonight. And right now they have the Lakers on their heels.
The record for most points in a half in the NBA Finals, Michael Jordan, 35. You know that name, right?
I think I know him.
June of 92 against Portland. Shaq stealing that tap. We're down to 10 seconds left in the half. So Iverson has 30 here at halftime. Final seconds. Bryant once again played very well by Bell and forced to Neal was able to flush it home. 7/10 of a second remaining in this first half. But for the Philadelphia 76ers, an exceptional first half in Game 1 of these NBA Finals. Allen Iverson, 11 of 24, an extraordinary 30-point performance. And the Sixers have the lead at halftime. Stay tuned for Net Zero of the Half, featuring a special live performance by U2 from the Fleet Center in Boston. You're watching the NBA Finals on NBC.
Beer is like a natural food product. The fresher it is, the better it tastes. That's why Budweiser has 12 local breweries right here in the United States. So you know our beer will always be fresh.
This Bud's for you. And you and you and you. This Bud's for you.
The 240 horsepower Nissan Pathfinder.
world of Ralph Lauren. A new way to shop, just a click away. Polo.com.
It's not where you come from. It's where you're going. It's not what you drive. It's what drives you. It's not what's on you. It's what's in you. Gatorade. Is it in you?
Welcome to Net Zero. At the half, Net Zero Defenders of the Free World. Introducing Net Zero Platinum, the ultimate internet. Call 1-800-DEFENDER today.
It is halftime in Los Angeles where the Sixers lead the Lakers by 6 in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Ahmad Rashad with a special Net Zero at the half. We're going to head to Boston where one of the world's most popular bands, U2, is performing tonight. So right now, let's send you live to their concert at the Fleet Center.
is all we can do.
We will have more of U2's performance from Boston coming up in just a moment when Net Zero at the half continues.
Introducing Net Zero Platinum. Now you can have unlimited internet access with no persistent banner ads, even faster page loads, and it's less than half the cost of AOL. Plus, this weekend only, you can experience Net Zero Platinum absolutely free. So now what are you waiting for? Net Zero Platinum, the ultimate internet. Check out the Platinum Preview Weekend by logging on to NetZero or visit netzero.net.
And so the detective said the butler didn't do it. It was my book. Let's go, Brick. Where's that page? I gotta finish my book. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me how your book ends? Now I'll never know. Brick! Oh, Brick, look what I've got. Good dog.
In the old days, athlete's foot meant using Lotrimin AF or Tenactin for 4 whole weeks.
Who does that? Today, they're out. Because Lamisil AT changed everything. Lamisil AT kills the fungus with just 1 week's use.
Do you really have 4 weeks to use those other guys?
When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week keeps you athlete's foot free for 3 months. Those old timers, they don't promise that.
It's in a league all its own.
Lamisil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
Hey, Peter. How's this? You pay less for every gallon of gas you buy at Exxon and Mobil when you use a small business card. You know American Express. Say a fill-up is 30 gallons, you got 7 trucks, you fill them up a couple of times a week. You'd save over $600 a year just by using this card. So why would you pay any other way?
Every year, we help small business save real money on gas, shipping, travel, and more. What can we do for your business? Call us at 1-800-SUCCESS.
Do the 76ers have the answer to stop a team on the brink of a dynasty? Watch the NBA at the Finals, backstage with Ahmad Rashad, Sunday on NBC.
The French Open continues Friday morning at 10. Saturday at 2 Eastern, the women's final. And Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern, the men's final. This weekend on NBC.
Net Zero at the half continues as we send you back to Boston for the concert by U2. Their newest single is Elevation from the movie Lara Croft Tomb Raider, which opens June 15th. And here's how they came on stage earlier tonight.
Won't you tell me something true? I believe in you. Should I have along?
We will have more from you two in our CNBC postgame report. Coming up next, we'll bring you the second half of Game 1. The Sixers leading the Lakers 56-50 behind 30 points from Allen Iverson. Thanks for joining us on Net Zero at the half.
This has been Net Zero at the half. Net Zero, defenders of the free world. Introducing Net Zero Platinum, the ultimate internet. Visit www.netzero.net today.
This summer, looking for something new and different? It's on NBC. Fear Factor. 6 real people, 3 terrifying challenges.
They're fighting me.
Spy TV, where revenge is outrageous. You've never seen hidden cameras do this. The Downer Channel. Comedy so different it defies description. And coming soon, the biggest of them all. Lost. Could you find your way home from the darkest corners of the world? New, different. NBC this summer.
WBAL TV11 investigates. Gene Miller uncovered the controversial 911 tape that exposed the turmoil in the Baltimore City Police Department.
This 911 call, made by Hawkins in a disguised voice.
The police, please.
WBAL TV showed the power of television news as competitors and public officials scrambled to respond.
Effective immediately, I'm assuming operational control.
11 investigates with Jane Miller. Only on WBAL TV 11 News. Live, local, late breaking, and Baltimore's most watched news.
It's Adds Up time, and you could win $1,000. So stay tuned, and here's a clue.
The first 7-passenger SUV in its class. It's got a 3rd row of seats and available rear air conditioning. Features you won't find in the Ford Escape or Mazda Tribute.
Who are these people you live with? They look vaguely similar to you. You talk sometimes, bump into them in the hallways. There's a word for them. Family. It's time to get to know them again at Busch Gardens. Only Busch Gardens fills 7 European countries with thrills and entertainment. And all that excitement will remind you that being in the same place is nice. But nothing beats being together. Busch Gardens. Come together. This spring, discover a whole new country. Experience Ireland at Busch Gardens.
Welcome to Adds Up. For a chance to win $1,000, watch this ad and tell us how many rows of seats are there in the new Suzuki XL7.
Think fast, because right now, Suzuki, the fastest growing Japanese auto company in America, is offering special introductory 0.9% APR financing on the all-new Suzuki XL7. The first 7-passenger SUV in its class. It's got a third row of seats and available rear air conditioning. Features you won't find in the Ford Escape or Mazda Tribute. Act fast, because the Suzuki XL7s are going, well, fast.
To win, call 800-672-9000 now.
WBAL-TV 11 News, Baltimore's most watched news.
Welcome back to Staples in Los Angeles. The 76ers coming back from a 13-point deficit, lead the Lakers by 6 at halftime. Allen Iverson on fire, 30 points, 18 of the 30 in the second quarter. Back with the second half in a moment.
Yeah, in the time. She's checking you out.
I've never seen anything that red.
Ditto.
Bolder, richer, creamier. Killian's Irish Red. One look says a lot.
Beautiful car.
200 horsepower, V6 engine. It's got your name written all over it. You like it?
I love it.
I feel a test drive coming on. You ready? I'm ready.
I'm done. I want this car. I will take this car.
You've got to take it for a test drive.
No, I'm going to take the car. I want it.
Let's put this thing on the road.
Let's go for a test drive. Test drive over. I want the car.
Chevy Impala.
I love this car.
We'll be there.
I think your creativity comes from within. I think everybody is born with creativity, but I believe it's the trust in yourself and the trust in your emotions to talk to yourself, so to speak, to become your own psychologist, to let your emotions out on a piece of paper, to not be afraid of anything, not be afraid of what people think, not be afraid of what people may say, to just be yourself. And I think that's something that's rare nowadays.
Other airline credit cards give you 1 mile for every $1 you spend. But only the Delta SkyMiles credit card from American Express gives you that. Plus, you'll always get double miles at supermarkets, drugstores, and on Delta tickets. On top of 5,000 bonus miles just for getting the card. Watch how quickly all those extra miles add up to your free vacation travel. We can't say the Delta SkyMiles credit card is twice as good as other airline credit cards, but you might. Call 1-800-SkyMiles to apply now.
Every NBC Monday.
We call this one the human catapult, the raft pit, the water torture cell. We will be up there. You're going to jump from the 12th floor. We'll be covered by 2 dozen snakes.
6 young people will compete against their fears and against each other.
I think she might start to cry.
Fear Factor World Premiere at NBC Monday.
If you want, you can come back in.
Shut up, Joe!
Defensive pressure's got us back in the game, and we got to have a constant there. Hey, don't celebrate. This is how we got to play, right? Come on, let's go.
Well, Larry Brown is telling his team the defensive pressure is what helped get us back in this game. And if you just want to go through statistics, they were able to get 15 points off 10 turnovers. They got into the running game. And the big thing, he knows this Laker team is going to come back and be much tougher in the second half, not to celebrate. But, Marv, I was just doing some math here. I don't do math well, but how about Allen Iverson, 100 points in the last 7 quarters. Fourth in 26 of the fourth quarter, 44 in Game 7, 30 tonight. That's 100 points in 7 quarters.
All right, right here, we'll check it with Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thank you, Marv. I just spoke to Kobe Bryant. He said it was a quiet locker room. We need to get back to the basics. He says their pressure in the backcourt has really been bothering us. We must do a better job because they're taking a lot of time off the clock. I asked him about his shooting, 2 for 10. He said nothing is wrong with my shot. They are playing excellent defense. I like the position we're in. This is a challenge for us. We've only been down twice in the playoffs at halftime, and each time we've been successful. We may have gotten a little bit bored. I like the challenge. Let's go down to Lewis Johnson for a report on the Sixers.
Apparently, we're having some audio problems with Lewis's mic. And it would figure to be audio problems if it is Lewis's mic. As we get set to get underway in this third quarter, Kobe Bryant, incidentally, with 5 turnovers in the first half. The Lakers turned it over 10 times. The Sixers 7 times. Lakers at 44% from the field. How about Philadelphia? 22 for 44, 50% shooting. Here's Tyrone Hill coming up short. Looked like Horace Grant got a piece of it. Lakers opening this third quarter with Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher in the backcourt, Shaquille O'Neal, Horace Grant, and Rick Fox up front. Fisher 0 for the first half, coming off the sensational shooting series against San Antonio. Shot clock down to 4, down to 3. Fox coming up short.
Not a good possession. Phil Jackson cannot be happy the way they have come out here at halftime.
Hill posting. Fox tried to fight him off and is called for the foul.
You know, I give Kobe Bryant a lot of credit. A lot of times guys will deflect and, it's all on me and, this and that. But, he gave credit to the defense, which he should, because they did a nice job of pressuring him. They closed down passing lanes to the wing, Marv. They did not allow the Lakers to throw the ball up with the pass. They forced him to dribble it, to use clock, and gave him no layups. He did not get to the basket. He made one tough shot in the lane and a jump shot, but they have done a nice job of keeping him out of the lane. And you see Allen Iverson. Marv, the thing that I marvel at, 24 shots, my kind of guy, on the way to 48 shots. Man, I will applaud that.
You would be dangerous with that type of green light.
My kind of guy.
11 of 24 from the field, 18 of his 30 coming in the second quarter. Again, you see the pressure by the 76ers. Philadelphia now leads by 8.
Well, look at the shot clock right now. They're not in their offense yet, and it's at 10 seconds. This is exactly what Philadelphia wants to do.
O'Neal draws the double. Able to convert on the putback, and the Lakers fortunate there because once again the Sixers were in the midst of a stop. A minute and a half gone by. In the third is the alley for Jermaine Jones. Allen Iverson picking up the assist.
That was a great set play. They isolated. It looked like Iverson was going to run a little dribble handoff, and Jermaine Jones just back cuts and a beautiful pass. He needed that one. He's been struggling, not had a field goal in the first half.
Here's Bryant. See, he changed the shot. He was anticipating contact.
Looked like the ball almost slipped out of his hand. Kobe's like rubbing his hands together like he lost it on the way up. Here's the same play again. This time they do a nice job defensively, and Iverson steps back and hits the jump shot.
Make it 32 for Allen Iverson. We mentioned earlier the pressure on Kobe Bryant. So once again, they're going to set the Lakers back, and then an offensive foul is called on Grant.
Again, you can get up and press if you've got a guy back there that can defend your basket. And Phil Jackson knows that Dikembe is going to be back there. Horace Grant is going to attack. They throw the ball ahead, but look who is waiting underneath the basket. Horace, maybe when he was a rookie, had the kind of lift to get up and finish that shot. Not now after 15 years in this league.
Iverson and McKee in the backcourt. Mutombo, Hill, Jones up front. Iverson from way downtown. And Jones let it go. Allen Iverson saying, let it go, let it go. And it will be 76er ball. Last touch by the Lakers. Allen Iverson checking his left arm.
It's his right arm. It should be short on his left one, Barb. The way he's getting that shots up right now tonight. And here comes another one. He is fearless. This young guy is amazing.
The NBA Finals record for most points and a half, Michael Jordan. He had 35 and a half, so Iverson falling short. Shaquille O'Neal with 20 points. Most points in a finals game, 61. That record held by Elgin Baylor of the Lakers. 64-56, Philadelphia.
Fisher got buried on a screen.
And Mutombo is fouled.
Fisher went down. He was guarding Iverson. Someone had to come over and help. But here's the lob play. This was a set play for Jermaine Jones going backdoor to try to overplay the pressure. Same play this time. The Sixers stop it. He steps back and hits the jump shot. And you know what? When you hit jump shots, they got to crowd you. Now you use that quickness. So he's got the entire package going. He's got layups off the steals. He's getting to the basket with the little floaters over the big man. He's shooting the jump shot. He's 7 of 7 from the foul line. So he has mixed his game up beautifully.
Foul on Shaq. That's his third. Kevin Mutombo, who had a terrific series against the Bucks. He got the idea using George Karl's statements as motivation. Remember, George had said prior to the series Mutombo would have no impact on the jump shooting Milwaukee Bucks. And then in Game 7, Dikembe capped it off. 23 points, 19 rebounds, 7 block shots.
Well, Dikembe reminded me, said, do you remember when I played in Denver and we beat you, George? Did you forget the impact that I had on that series?
Denver knocking off George Karl and the Seattle Sonics in that instance. Shaq coughed it up. Here's McKee putting the move on Bryant. Good defense by Kobe. Kind of an adventurous sequence here by Sixers.
Anytime Dikembe steps out there to be a playmaker, look out.
And Fox able to pick it off. Snow able to get back. And Fox lost it. Here's Iverson. With O'Neal chasing. Iverson takes all the way. Shaq held back, did not want to pick up a 4th foul.
He is so fast out in the open court. Shaq had about 5 feet on him, and he can run as a big guy. He just turned on the burners and ran right past him.
76ers lead by 12.
Well, they are out of sync right now. The Sixer defense, I think the inactivity, the 10 days off, they are searching.
Here's Kobe Bryant. Kevin Mutombo lost his balance. He felt he was pushed. 22 for Shaq.
Well, if you're not shooting the ball well, you've got to get second shots. And this is just the power of Shaq. He just leans up against Mutombo. Mutombo tried to fall forward to get the attention of the official. Watching it all the way, did not feel like that Shaq got an advantage by pushing off on that play.
Now Matt Geiger will come on. Looks like Tyrone Hill has drawn blood. Len Curry, the 76er trainer, checking it out. Matt Geiger had the hot hand in the first half. Came off the bench, 7 minutes, 4 for 6 from the field, 8 points. Seems every game someone steps up in surprising fashion coming off the bench for the 76ers. Roger Bell did the job on Sunday in Game 7 against the Bucks. Iverson, yes! Allen Iverson, 38 points, and the Sixers lead by 12.
And getting stronger as the game goes on.
Bryant working hard for that shot. Grant couldn't put it down. And a foul is called. The basket will not count. Foul against the Sixers prior to the shot. It's a loose ball foul.
Now look how fast Allen Iverson is in this open court. Shaq has the angle, just runs right past him. Shaq does not commit the foul. And then the last possession. Now remember, Kobe Bryant is an all-league defender. Last year, the youngest player to ever make the all-defensive team. And remember, 2 years ago, Marv, he shut Allen Iverson out and a half in Philadelphia. So he's had some success. 9 for 27 in here early in the year for Iverson. But Iverson also had a 40-point game in Philadelphia.
Doug, that last Philadelphia foul on Mutombo. See, he's playing with 3. Larry Brown is staying with Dikembe. Here's Grant. Mutombo with the block shot.
There's the effect of Dikembe. Horace Carter thought he had a layup and looked around for him, and the hesitation cost him.
5 rejections from Mutombo. Iverson met on the switch. Iverson kept alive by Mutombo. Then Grant. Pass too strong for Bryant. It'll be Sixer ball.
The Lakers are so anxious. Here is Dikembe once again with the block shot, but the Lakers are behind. You know, Marvin, the 2 games here against San Antonio, they didn't trail for 1 second, won the 2 games by combined 68. They're in for a fight. tonight. They trail by 12, 6:18 to go here in the third.
Hey, talk to him about that.
Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move.
How hard is your retirement plan working? Sun America can help. Just ask your financial advisor. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
Hello, baby. Sure glad to have you home. Hello, baby. Ooh, you been gone too long. Come right in and tell me how you've been. I sure missed you since you've been gone.
More best friends depend on Chevy.
You're sure looking swell.
We'll be there.
Critics are saying Swordfish is the French Connection meets The Matrix. If it were any hotter, you'd burst into flames. A high-impact, high-energy, high-tech thriller. The password is electrifying. Swordfish, rated R, starts this Friday.
We test dehydration under extreme conditions. We test how the brain works when the body is fatigued. We test over and over in a real lab with real athletes with a very focused goal of improving athletic performance. It's called the Gatorade Sports Science Institute. You can look it up.
Come on, sure.
No, she's doing it again.
I can't believe it.
Sophia, who are you talking to?
Billy, I will come to visit you.
Billy, but he's in America.
I know.
Hey, Mama, who is that?
My friend. She's crazy.
She's crazy.
With MSN, you've got the world's #1 messenger service to talk with friends online right from your homepage.
She's doing it again.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Coors Light, proud partner of the John Wayne Cancer Institute and their search for a cure. By Chevrolet, if only everything was as dependable as a Chevy, Chevy will be there. By Sun America, the retirement specialist. And by Warner Brothers' new motion picture Swordfish. In theaters everywhere starting Friday, June 8th.
Back in Los Angeles, these aerial pictures, courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp Eagle, based in Carson, California. Doug, as you're well aware, Goodyear currently operates 6 airships, 3 in the U.S., 2 in Europe, 1 in South America. What a start for Larry Brown in his first appearance in the finals in his 18 years as a head coach. Larry's road to the finals has included many stops along the way, making a fashion statement right here as an ABA head coach. He had played in the ABA for 5 seasons. He's now been an NBA head coach for 17 years with stops in 6 different cities, and now has reached his first NBA final series. If you were with us earlier, Peter Vesey reported that Larry may be calling it quits after the NBA Finals due to medical reasons.
Well, let's hope not. Larry is such a credit to the coaching fraternity and the way he does things. And he's got that mantra, I just want my team to play the right way. That means unselfishly, great defense, and that's what you've seen tonight.
As Iverson makes his move along the baseline, he is fouled. That's 3 on Kobe Bryant. And there's Larry Brown. Won a national championship at the University of Kansas back in 1988. Took UCLA to the NCAA championship game in his very first year with the Bruins. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining in the third. And the 76ers have a 12-point lead. Shot clock down to 5. And deflected out by the Lakers, so Philadelphia will have 3 on the 24.
Well, you know that Larry Brown throughout his years has a set play with 3 seconds to go. So somebody's going to get a decent shot here. Probably be Iverson if they run him off a couple screens.
backs it up. Last touch by Geiger, says Dick Pavone.
Well, if you're Larry Brown, the one thing you know is this crowd now is going to try to get this team inspired. So you're going to have unbelievable poise. You know the Lakers are going to make a run. There's Shaq out on the floor defending against the pass. The ball goes off the hands of Matt Geiger. But Marv, you know the Lakers are going to make a run. It's going to be the poise of the 76ers. They were the best road team in the NBA at 27-14, so they know how to win away from home.
Once again, we see the Sixers applying pressure. McKee remaining in the backcourt with Bryant. O'Neal now played by Geiger. Here's Shaq. Iverson on the run against the backpedaling Fisher. Rebounded by McKee. And they get the new shot clock. Not a bad move for a guy with a fractured ankle. Yes, and it counts. Eric Snow is headed to the line. Fouled by Derek Fisher.
See, Larry Brown right now has taken Dikembe Mutombo out of the game with 3 fouls, hoping that Geiger can work against Shaq. But you see the concentration as Fisher reaches in, and Eric Snow knocks the jumper in. And Mark, I remember scouting him in college, and when I was in Detroit thinking about drafting him, the only reason I didn't, because he was such a horrible shooter. He has worked so hard to be able to make open shots. We saw it in the Milwaukee series, stepped up into 2 big jumpers to preserve that win on the road in Game 4. That's one of the reasons why his team is here right now. But he has worked and worked and worked to become an average shooter now.
And I know you say that in complimentary fashion.
Absolutely, because he was a bad shooter. I mean, I think there was one time, I think 1 year in college, he shot 22% from the foul line.
Right.
So for him to be able to play with Iverson with all the doubles and triple teams, he's got to make an open jump shot.
Ron Lewis has checked in, coming out.
See, I think Geiger's got to take fouls. I don't think he can allow Shaq to dunk that ball. He can give up his fouls, protect Dikembe on the bench right now so Mutombo can come in with 3 fouls in the 4th period.
Fox with the steal and the foul. McKee. Fox shaken up. Looked like he landed on his head. To Aaron McKee, that's his first foul.
Aaron is a guy who normally takes very good care of the basketball. Rick Fox did hit his head on the floor. Looks to be okay.
76ers continuing their aggressive defensive play. The foul committed by Eric Snow.
Interesting substitution.
And a technical foul. Joey Crawford says a double technical. Snow and Fox are both charged, which means neither club will go to the foul line.
But it means that either one of those guys get another technical, they'll be ejected. So sometimes it looks like a throwaway play, but another tee and they're out.
Crowd looking for Kobe to get going. Very quiet game thus far. Shaq. Well, Shaq has done his part. He now has 26. Ron Lue pressing against Eric Snow. 11-point 76er lead. They've led by as many as 15. Snow is out of control.
See, Teron Lue is in the game now as a point guard. That means Kobe's off the ball. They're trying to free him up for some offense.
Nice Grant coming up short, but O'Neal is there. Beating Geiger to the loose ball.
Matt Geiger has got to put his body on something on Shaq. He's given up 3 dunks here. And listen to this crowd. Lue is in. They're energized.
Crowd looking for a foul, an offensive foul as Fox hit the deck. Instead, the foul is called on Lue.
Well, Shaq has gone to work inside. Without Dikembe in there, he is powering up over the top of Geiger. That's where I thought he should have taken a foul. Here he gets inside once again, the little quick release with a little jump hook. And once again on that offensive board, if you are guarding Shaq, it's a lot like what you had to do with Dennis Rodman. You have to face guard him and keep him off the basket. You don't have to worry about whether you get the rebound, Marv, but you cannot let him step in there and get offensive rebounds.
See Kevin Ollie check in for the first time. A reminder, Friday at 10 a.m. at all time zones. Our French Open coverage continues with the men's semifinals. Defending champion Gustavo Kirten still in the hunt for a second straight French Open title and his third in the last 5 years. That's the French Open, Friday, 10 a.m. all time zones, plus the women's final Saturday and the men's final Sunday on NBC. The 76ers perfect at the line. They're 16 for 16. O'Neal from Lowell. It counts at the foul. 76ers looking for a traveling violation.
Good substitution, though, by Phil Jackson. He has another ball handler on the floor with speed. What does speed do? It breaks down your defense. Then you have to help. When Geiger steps up, he's in big trouble there as Shaq once again with the easy score. Allen Iverson wanted to travel, did not get it. But now, with Tyronn Lue being the primary ball handler, you also have Kobe out there, so better ball handling for the Lakers. Let's see if they can make a push here at the end of this third period.
Shaq with 12 of his 30 points here in the third. Shaq following up on a short free throw and kept alive. Bryant with the spin. And the Lakers showing some signs. Larry Brown wants to talk it over. Timeout called by the Sixers. The Lakers down by as many as 15. Remember, against San Antonio in Game 2, they came back from a 14-point deficit.
Well, Kobe is on the wing now, Marv. He's now allowed to attack. Being played by Aaron McKee, getting to the front of the rim. Something we have not seen the entire game. But remember, Mutombo is out of the game. No shot blockers. The Lakers, no fear. They are attacking the basket.
This is the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. And the 2001 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
With a ride, don't need a reason why. Everything's alright.
Easy boy. There's a time for diplomacy and a time for action. Diplomacy is dead.
On July 6th. Kiss. Fear. Goodbye. Jet Li. Bridget Fonda. Kiss of the Dragon. Rated R. July 6th. Only in theaters.
Hi, how can I help?
Yes, I'd like a set of Michelin cross-terrain SUV tires with white lettering. Please.
Now at Sears Auto Center, we're having the biggest Michelin sale of the year. Sears, America's #1 tire retailer.
Voglio attaccare. Guardalo, guardalo. Torna dalla mamma. Non è la tua fidanzata, dai. Anche la mia, gioca. Stai giù con le gambe, difendi. Ok, vieni qua, prima lezione. Giù con le gambe e gli stai addosso.
Lascialo stare, lascialo stare, lascialo stare.
Basta, è impossibile marcarlo.
Non ti preoccupare, adesso cambiamo le squadre.
Va bene, dai. Ok, adesso la palla è mia.
Dove vai? Dammi la palla. Questa è la mia casa.
You know that show, Frasier? The one about the two brothers who are psychiatrists. And they're always drinking cappuccinos and lattes. You know that show? This guy's on the same network. NASCAR is coming to NBC and TNT this July.
It's a misdirection play of the Lakers. You don't see Shaq in the picture, you see Geiger, but here's Shaq right here. And what he's going to do is he swing the ball, and it gets him great post position, and it takes away any kind of help of the defense. Look at that now. Shaq wide open in the lane. Nothing Matt Geiger can do. So that's one of those misdirection play, Marvin. You start on one side of the floor like a football play, and you come back to the other side, which creates space. And that's exactly what the Lakers did to take away some of the pressure defensively.
And here are the Lakers down by as many as 15 with 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Minute and a half later, they're down by just 7. Iverson off the hesitation dribble. Sets it up for Tyrone Hill. And the 76ers now lead 77-68. Marv Albert with Doug Collins, Jim Gray, Lewis Johnson working the sideline. Game 1 of the NBA Final Series. Game 2 here on Friday night on NBC. Rick Fox. Yes. He's had the touch. Not looking for the shots here in the second half. 6 of 8 overall for 17 points.
The Lakers are starting to get into a rhythm offensively. What that says to me, Mark, Philadelphia better keep scoring points. I don't know that they're going to be able to stop the Lakers. They're going to have to keep scoring.
Iverson. Geiger picking Bryant, but Iverson could not hit. Lakers have hit their last 4 shots. Tyronn Lue now operating at the point. Shaquille O'Neal over
feasting inside. Now he's in a rhythm. Now that puts Dikembe in trouble. Now you've got to try to come in and slow down somebody who's on a roll.
Off the turnover.
Tyronn Lue has really energized this team.
Lue for O'Neal. And the foul is called. If it's Geiger, it's number 5. And it is.
Tyronn Lue has done a terrific job. But look at the post position. And Shaq has no concern that Geiger can block his shot. So he turns and just shoots. And here's Lue after the steal going right to the front of the rim. The foul on Geiger. And Shaq will be at the free throw line. But again, a great substitution by Phil Jackson to get another primary ball handler on the floor to fight this. Getting the ball up the floor, and Shaq is feasting in the lane now.
There's Tyronn Lue in his 3rd year out of Nebraska. Spent most of last season on the injured list. Shaq now 4 for 9 from the line. He has scored 15 of the Lakers' 23 points in the third. Obviously, Larry Brown holding Dikembe Mutombo out for the 4th quarter. Mutombo has 3 fouls. Here's Geiger going glass from long range.
You know, that's a great analogy you made with Sean Kemp stepping out and shooting jump shots. That's what Geiger has to do. He has to make that. He's not going to post up Shaq. Maybe Shaq will get out of the lane, and then Iverson, maybe McKee can get to the basket. Well, Matt Geiger had 5 field goals the entire playoffs. He has 5 tonight. That was a big one as they're trying to hold the Laker runoff with Mutombo resting on the bench.
Chevy Tahoe offers a 3rd row of seats that's light and easier to handle than anything else out there. Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Just how do you get the best vacation bang for the buck? Find it at nvci.com/travel.
Hi, how can I help?
Yes, I'd like a set of Michelin cross-terrain SUV tires with white lettering, please.
Now at Sears Auto Center, we're having the biggest Michelin sale of the year. Sears, America's #1 tire retailer.
Finally, Gatorade brings you energy in a bar. The Gatorade Energy Bar. Energy to burn. What burns inside you? Get
expert advice on cars before you get behind the wheel. Find it at nbci.com/autos.
Olive loaf, pig's feet.
Squid's awesome.
Tofu toast points, pierogies.
Some odd choices have been appearing on some value menus.
The box nuts are nice.
You like melon balls?
Grilled cheese.
But not at Wendy's. Our super value menu has hot and juicy junior bacon cheeseburgers, crispy chicken nuggets, 2 fresh salads, all the things you really love for just 99 cents each. Fish balls, meatballs. The super value menu, part of Wendy's summer of 99 cents. And now Wendy's pickup windows open late so you can eat great even late. See you later.
Now, the Inside Schwartz official guide to dating.
I love kids. In fact, I had 4 from my first marriage.
Too many players on the field.
You could kiss me goodnight if you want.
Illegal use of tongue. Loss of second date.
Inside Schwartz this fall on NBC.
It's up. It's good.
Welcome back. Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles. Dikembe Mutombo apparently will sit it out until the fourth quarter. You can see what he has meant in tonight's game.
Well, when he's out of the game, there's no fear of the Lakers to go to the basket. The rebounding suffers. We've seen Shaq get to the offensive boards. I mean, Geiger just does not have the size to play against Shaq. And look what he's done in the third quarter. A lot of this as Mutombo has sat down, 33 for the game. And this follows exactly what we talked about in our open, that by choice, by design, they go to Shaq in the first game of every playoff series to try to set the tone. He's having a huge game tonight. Todd McCullough has checked in for the first time, coming on from Matt Geiger, who picked up a 5th foul. Trying to fight off O'Neal. That won't count. Foul before the shot attempt as the Lakers went right to Shaq. And the foul picked up by McCullough. You can see Shaq just getting deep position, but it's smart. McCullough can use 6 fouls against Shaq. Let him make some free throws. I think we have a report from Lewis Johnson. Let's go over to Lewis.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Doug. You see Dikembe on the bench right now. He has a cut under his top lip. Now, he has refused any treatment from the trainers, but I do have confirmation that they are holding him here in the fourth quarter. They want to keep him fresh for the fourth quarter so that hopefully they can put him up against the tired Shaquille O'Neal. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Liz. Of course, Shaq would disagree with that thought. He says the opposition wears down. He does not get tired. And I agree with that. I've seen it all season long. Shaq says, you know what? If you're going to bang with me for a quarter, maybe okay, 2, 3 in the fourth quarter, I'm going to be able to attack you. You're going to be tired. More importantly, after the game, you're going to need a masseuse. 79-75, Sixers now clinging to a 4-point lead with 1:17 remaining in the third quarter. Todd McCullough has actually played well throughout the season and during the playoffs. Second-year man from the University of Washington by way of Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada. Second-round draft pick last year. Iverson working on Bryant, able to beat him off the dribble and rejected. That's the play of the game defensively. Fox for 3. O'Neal reaching for the rebound and is fouled by Hill. Shaquille O'Neal is possessed right now. Todd McCullough did everything he could to try to keep him away from the basket, but Kobe Bryant, all-league defense, comes in from behind, blocks the shot, more importantly, keeps possession of the ball for his team. Rick Fox misses the 3, but look at Shaq just powering as he hits McCullough in the head. The big man dishing out some punishment and starting to take control of that paint. Shaq 7 of 12 from the foul line and has come on since the All-Star break. A technical foul has been called. Rod Garretson pointing at Larry Brown. So he's been hit with the tee. Earlier tonight, Phil Jackson was also teed up. Kobe Bryant will shoot the technical. Well, what Larry Brown is doing, he's lobbying for his big men. He said, look, Shaq is pounding us inside. He's banging us. He's coming over our backs. I want a foul. And he did get the technical, but let's see if the officials watch it. Sometimes as a coach, you want to make a point. And let's see if maybe he gets a call or two. That's just human nature for the coach to want to step out and help your team. Kobe Bryant at the line for the very first time, hitting that technical. Now Shaq will shoot 2. He is 7 of 12 at the line. Kobe sits down. Brian Shaw checks back in. Shaq with 17 of the last 26 points for the Lakers here in the third. Seconds remaining third quarter. The 76ers have led by as many as 15 and now lead by 3. O'Neal hits 1 of 2. It's now a 2-point game. There's pressure on the ball. Both Horry and Lou bother Iverson. It's recovered by Hill. And it will be a jump ball.
You can see now the Lakers coming up the floor defensively. With Lou in the game, they're starting to pressure Allen Iverson. Look at the trap. Here comes Robert Horry. Comes in behind him as he spins. The ball is knocked loose. And once again, bodies on the floor going for that loose basketball. Tyrone Hill against Shaw. He should tip this ball back to Iverson or Snow. Well, now he's moved, so either Iverson or Aaron McKee.
And it's controlled by the Sixers. Allen Iverson a moment ago surprised by the double team. Iverson beating Lou off the dribble. Sets it up for Snow. Here comes Fox. McKee is back. O'Neal. He thought he was fouled by McCullough.
Last possession for the Sixers. Big basket here if the Sixers can score.
Coming up on 10 seconds left in the third. Hill's pass broken up. Shaw checks the clock. Final seconds of the quarter. Here's Horry. Does he get it off in time? No. Would not have counted. Tyronn Lue shaken up off the collision. And the Lakers are hearing it from this crowd. Down by as many as 15. They have been led back by Shaquille O'Neal. It's been a one-man show with Kobe very quiet to this point. After 3, it's the Sixers up by 2. We'll be back after these words from your local station. You're watching the NBA Finals on NBC.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster.
Introducing the all-new 270-horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, the most powerful mid-size sport utility in the world. It's one strong SUV. The new 2002 Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
Look at that pass. Yes. Doctor looks for daylight. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Oh, what a show.
Jay's All New with Kirsten Dunst and Pearl Harbor's Guy Torrey. NBC tonight.
Who are these people you live with? They look vaguely familiar. There's a word for them. Family. We'll get to know them again on a Busch Gardens and Water Country USA 2-day, 2-park getaway. Get 2 days unlimited visits at both parks, plus 2 nights hotel accommodations, all from $269 for 2 adults. So come together for 2 days of family excitement, including our newest country, Ireland. Call 1-800-475-9999 today.
Sure doesn't taste this good in New York.
You up here on vacation?
No. Lunch.
Introducing the 260 horsepower Acura TL Type S.
Insta Weather Futurecast shows more rain on the way. The forecast after basketball.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other dissemination or use of this telecast, or of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of Superman.
Doug, I would think that the 76ers are looking for some kryptonite to curtail the work of Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, he really went to work in that third period when Dikembe Mutombo sat down with the 3 fouls. Matt Geiger doing his best to keep him out of the lane, but Marv, you can see his shot chart. Look at this right here, 7 of 10, and all of his shots either point blank in the lane or dunks. Now, if you're Dikembe, you've got to try to come in and slow this guy down when he's feeling it offensively. So this is going to be a real challenge for the 76ers as they let that 13-point lead slip away. It's now down to 2, and the Lakers playing with much more energy.
Dikembe Mutombo played only 6 minutes, first 6 minutes of the third quarter, and he's back on the floor as this fourth quarter gets underway. Kept alive by Ori, and they get the new 24. Ori up front now with Grant and Bryant as Shaq gets the rest. Lewin Shaw in the backcourt. Here's Kobe. Played very well by McKee. Rebounded by Hill.
That's great defense. Aaron McKee did a great job. Kobe is not getting to the basket. Everything is a jump shot right now.
And Kobe very well aware of the presence of Dikembe Mutombo. Again, the Lakers doing a good job on the double against Iverson. Shot clock at 7. Brian Shaw hanging in on Allen Iverson. Iverson set it up for Hill. Hill and it's slipped away.
Sixers got to take advantage of Shaq being down on the bench right now. They've got to get some kind of cushion.
Teron Lue penetrates. Here's Shaw for 3. And knocked out of bounds by Hill, so it will be Laker ball, and they get the new clock.
Allen Iverson working so hard, Marv. He has not scored a field goal in the last 8 minutes. So will the Laker defense start to wear him down? I know he has all kind of energy, but they are really pressuring him now. We see Hill leave and Shaq back in, so he only got about 1 minute and 15 rest on the clock, but he did get the timeout. Probably got about a 5-minute rest.
Shaq reports back. Grant sits down. Bryant rejected. Jermaine Jones back on the floor, coming on for Tyrone Hill. The 76ers led by as many as 15 early on. Lakers had a 13-point lead. Jones, yes. Jermaine Jones with his second field goal. Jermaine Jones has done a nice job filling in for the injured George Lynch. He has been in the starting lineups in the postseason. They collapse on O'Neal. It opens it up for Shaw. Yes.
It's amazing. I mean, Brian Shaw comes up with big baskets. Aaron McKee is double teaming now. So that shot will be there for Brian Shaw if he takes his time.
Shaw from downtown to bring the Lakers within 1. Iverson from way downtown. Allen Iverson with 41 points.
Now, I said they were wearing him down. He was getting tired, right? So yes. He should not be able to make that kind of shot.
Shaq had it knocked away. Here comes Roger Bell. Bell kicks to the rim.
That's a fearless play right now. Phil is very unhappy at Kobe Bryant. He was back defensively, and he ran in front of Roger Bell instead of contesting the shot. Sort of opened up the gates, and he laid it right in the basket. So Phil taking a timeout, but Allen Iverson working so hard here over the last 8 minutes. He finally gets a big three-pointer to go. And then the swarming defense by the 76ers are collapsing on Shaq. The ball is knocked loose. Now keep your eye on Kobe Bryant on this play. Instead of contesting, he runs in front of him, gets out of his way. Bell with a layup, the Sixers by 6. And Phil not happy with that at all.
Oh my goodness! I don't believe what I just saw!
The clock is the key that can open time itself. A power that has been buried for centuries. You can move back and forth through time. A conspiracy that threatens the future.
Eternal hell revive!
Don't stop.
On June 15th, the biggest adventure of the summer begins.
This is where I start to have fun.
Angelina Jolie. Tomb Raider. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, June 15th.
You behave yourself, Angus.
Rear seats that fold down to create over 67 cubic feet of cargo space and an all too convenient retractable tray table.
Good dog.
The CR-V from Honda.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow, all right? Lunch is over. Buy a Coors Light?
Sold. Sold? Now that's music to this banker's ears. Listen, I've already offered a lot more than this little bar is worth.
I'm not selling. Build your condos around us.
I don't get it. What makes this dive so special?
This bar's packed every night with people who love their Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light.
Rocky Mountain Cold? Whatever. Hey, moved to Colorado. I want this place. Nobody's gonna stop me. Not you or your beer.
Bartow.
The Duke?
I'll ask the questions. What time is it?
Time for me to leave?
And?
Coors Light's on me.
Here you go.
Okay, I had that coming. Next round's on the Duke.
Like hell it is.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Honda, a winning lineup of cars, sport utility vehicles, and minivans. By Sprite, obey your thirst. And by Adidas, forever sport.
One of the world's most enduring symbols, the Goodyear Blimp Eagle, has been providing these aerial pictures. Goodyear blimps travel over 100,000 miles every year, covering major events. Game 1 of the NBA Finals here at Staples in Los Angeles. The 76ers with an 86-80 lead over the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's check in with Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thanks, Marv. As Doug alluded to just before that timeout, Phil Jackson was indeed upset with Kobe Bryant. He told him, if you're going to turn the ball over, you better run back. If you don't, you compound it and you make it twice as bad. It's okay to turn it over, but don't give up defensively. Marv?
All right, thanks, Jim. Kobe is 4 of 16 from the field, being guarded by Roger Bell, fouling Shaquille O'Neal, and a foul is called. So Shaq will head back to the line. He's 8 of 14 at the line. The foul is on Bell.
Kobe gets in that lane area, and the whole defense collapses. And who's going to be over Dikembe? Nobody steps in to pick up his guy. You see Raja Bell, he's got to rotate down and take away that pass. Dikembe is going to help his team. They've got to get back and help him against Shaq.
Shaq very inconsistent at the line this evening, 8 for 15.
Now again, Mark, we talked about it. They've been blowing people out so much during the playoffs that free throw shooting has not even been in question with the Lakers. They win the last 2 games here in the Staples Center against the Spurs by a total of 68 points. So free throws could be important here in this 4th period.
We've played 3 minutes of the Skip plays with a lot of confidence. Signed as a free agent back in early April. Kembe Mutombo with the sweeping hook and gets the roll.
That's a soft touch by Dikembe.
76ers up by 7. So Mutombo, 11 points, 11 rebounds. Tyronn Lue getting lots of playing time. He's done a good job. Off that pass, Aaron McKee ends up with the ball.
Well, this would be a big basket here. The Sixers fighting off the Lakers. They get this basket. They go up to 9, maybe a 3 with a 10 to 3.
Oh, off the steal. That was telegraphed, and Tyronn Lue was right on it. Upset with himself for the turnover just a moment ago.
Well, it's just what Phil Jackson talked to Kobe about. I don't mind you turning the ball over, but get back. He did. Gets a big steal in the layup. Here's another.
Tyronn Lue with his 2nd consecutive steal. Bryant not able to handle the hit.
Tyronn Lue thought he was Allen Iverson this week in practice. Well, he's starting to play like that. Getting out in the passing lane, getting the steal, laying the ball in the basket, and coming back once again. Playing Iverson, gets in the lane and pushes it up again. So his speed and quickness has really been a benefit off that bench for the Lakers.
Doug, how about 5 steals in 10 minutes for Lue?
He's given them some energy, something they've desperately needed.
Originally a first-round pick of the Denver Nuggets. Here's Lue shooting. Yes! Tyronn Lue, an unlikely hero, helping the Lakers get back into it here in this fourth quarter. They're within 2. Remember, Tyronn Lue was added to the roster. That was a difficult decision right at the end of the season. J.R. Rider, Mike Penber, the other candidates, and Phil Jackson decided to go with Lue. Jones, shot block, 24-second violation.
Now, Tyronn Lue's doing a terrific job defensively. He locked into Allen Iverson on that possession. The clock worked against him. Really, nobody else out there can create a shot other than Iverson for his teammates. And in the swarming defense, the clock winding down. Here comes the long arm of Robert Horry. You see the double zeros up there, shot clock violation. And Tyronn Lue advancing the ball up now. Marv, the Lakers have a chance to tie this game.
Tyronn Lue is hearing the chants of Lue from this crowd. Get the idea, Kobe more reluctant to shoot because he's been off. Here's Snow. Going right at Bryant and draws the foul.
That's a smart play. You get the defense up in the air. Marv, don't bail them out. Jump right in the chest and make them make the call. That's a nice play by Eric Snow. Here he is on the break. Watch the defenders. Once you leave your feet, you are in trouble as a defender. Now as an offensive player, you say, you know what? I'm going to throw myself in there, and I'm going to put the onus on the official to blow the whistle, and they did.
Foul called on Horry. Snow is hit on both his free throw attempts. Eric Snow playing with that stress fracture in his right ankle. Now Jermaine Jones sits down. Tyrone Hill is back. Eric Snow, originally a second-round pick of Milwaukee in '95. Later he traded to Seattle, spent a couple of years with the Sonics. This is his 4th season with Philadelphia, where he has emerged as a starter prior to suffering that injury, and he is team captain.
Yeah, he's one of the real leaders of this team.
The 76ers lead 90-86, 6.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Shot clock down to 5. Shot working his way on Mutombo, and he's fouled. That's 4 on Dikembe.
It is so hard to guard Shaq inside. I know that's an understatement, but his power, Marvin, he rocks you on your heels. Look at this, the little contact. Look at Dikembe, almost goes out of the picture. Now he's got him right where he wants him, underneath the basket. The pump fake, you get the shot blocker in the air, and you get the foul. But that little shoulder creates about 6 feet of space for Shaq to be able to operate.
Shaq is now 9 of 17 at the line. He has 37 points. Allen Iverson leading the Sixers with 41, although he had 30 of those 41 in the first half. Iverson's 3rd consecutive 40-point game. In playoff history, only 4 players have accomplished that feat. Jerry West 6 times, Bernard King and Michael Jordan 4 times, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Pretty distinguished company there. Boy, Tyronn Lue is locked into Iverson. Will not let him catch the ball.
Open shot for McKee. Aaron McKee quiet to this point. 3 for 5, 9 points, but he's given the Sixers a 6-point edge. Able to convert on the line.
They have been doing that since they were together in Orlando. Shaw loved to make that pass from the corner to Shaq right to the front of the rim. Nothing Mutombo could do.
And it was Shaquille O'Neal who convinced the Lakers to sign Brian Shaw last season. Last touch by the Lakers. Timeout has been called with 5:29 remaining in this fourth quarter. And the Sixers up by the score of 92-88. There is the successful lob to the man of steel, Shaquille O'Neal, from Brian Shaw. And we'll be back with more of Game 1 in a moment.
Hey, Rhonda! It's me, Anthony! You want to get together later? The doctor said it's not contagious.
Oh, girl.
Now, Sprite.com makes it easier to buy just about anything you want. Under every cap is a free Sprite or Rocket Cash. Online money you can use through Sprite.com. Drink Sprite, get Rocket Cash. Buy what you want.
Give me the dollars. Give me the dollars.
Martin Lawrence is hilarious in this summer's super cool comedy.
Mucho elegante.
Martin Lawrence, Danny DeVito. What's the worst that could happen?
That's what I call entertainment.
Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Man, it's big in there. The roomy Accord from Honda.
Airfare for two, bought online, $1,900. One motorbike, 2 helmets, 9,300 yuan. Map of Gailin, 47 yuan. Crossing number 6 off your life's to-do list, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted wherever your travels may take you.
How can we help our kids achieve? The answer is an open book.
If you open up a book, you can go anywhere in this world you want to go.
Whether it's a simple bedtime story,
The book I have is called How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight?
Or reading to others, they'll be captivated with every turn of the page. And with a click of a mouse, a computer becomes a portal to the world. So encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
Cammie was always a great skater. All Cammie ever wanted was a shot at the Olympics.
She had this little move she used to do. Yeah, that's the one.
Cammie Granado, captain of the U.S. women's hockey team.
Gold medal to the women of Team USA.
Okay, so she was a little different.
The complete Olympics from the networks of NBC.
Well, Cammie Granado one time, color commentator for the Los Angeles Kings. And Mr. Hockey himself making quite a splash when he was a member of the L.A. Kings, Wayne Gretzky, who was involved with Team Canada as he looks ahead to Salt Lake City. 5:29 remaining in this fourth quarter. The Sixers lead by 4. Iverson rejected and a foul.
If that's on Mutombo, that is 5. That will be a huge foul.
It is number 5 on Dikembe Mutombo.
The great block as Allen Iverson goes to the basket. It looks like Robert Horry gets a piece of it. They called a loose ball foul on Mutombo over the back. So now we remember how Shaq really had his own way in that third quarter when Dikembe sat down. He's going to have to sit down again. How much time can Larry Brown buy for him until he has to get him back on the floor?
Well, the 76ers are certainly getting the maximum of fouls out of their center tandem. Geiger is back. He's playing with 5. Fox to the right.
Dikembe sits down. You go right down the boulevard. Nobody back there to block shots. Now, to give you an idea how difficult it is to guard Shaq in the whole series against Milwaukee, 6 fouls from Mutombo. Tonight he has 5.
The 76er lead is down to 2. McKinney. Here comes Bryant. Fox It is. Matt Geiger has fouled out.
Rick Fox coming out of the double team, attacks the basket, and again, no shot blocker back there. He goes right to the front of the rim. And then Matt Geiger doing his best to try to hold Shaq out of there. Shaq with a great touch rebound to himself. And the loose ball foul. Geiger fouls out. He has 6. Mutombo has 5. That's 11. McCullough has at least 1. So 12 fouls now by the big man of the Philadelphia 76ers. Shaq has to convert these free throws.
9 of 19 at the line. Matt Geiger in 13 minutes. Did it at the offensive end, 5 for 7, 10 points, but at the defensive end, a different story. Shaq firing line drives now, and he's been out of sync. 9 for 20 at the line.
The Sixers have got to free up Iverson. Since Lou has come into the game, he's used his quickness. He's not been able to get open. They've got to find a way to get him a clean shot.
Iverson has rarely been able to handle the basketball in the second half. Hill, Mutombo, and he's fouled. Hit in the upper lip by Bryant. That's 4 on Kobe. And for the Lakers, their second team foul. The 76ers are over the foul limit.
Dikembe, you're going to see him get hit in the mouth inadvertently by Kobe Bryant. That's twice now he's been hit in the mouth. Lewis Johnson reported he had a cut in his upper lip. The Sixers are going to talk it over. They lead by 2, 4:10 to go. Can they hold on?
Next time you open a beer can, you may want to toast my Uncle Bill, Bill Coors. Back in 1959, he developed the aluminum can. A can people said would never work. So go ahead, toast Uncle Bill. But if you expect him to toast you back, that beer can you're holding better say Coors.
It has a flat rear floor, so there's more room for your legs, which may or may not be a good thing.
Joey, cut it out!
Introducing the all-new Civic from Honda. Amazing, but true.
$1 billion. That's how much Oracle saved in 1 year using its own e-business software. How much will you save? Oracle. Software powers the internet.
Change things up.
Now with our new taste menu, you can always find new and different tastes at McDonald's. Because hey, variety is the smile of life.
We love to see you smile.
The world's best are on a mission to win golf's greatest championship, but they must dethrone Tiger Woods. The U.S. Open beginning June 14th on NBC.
Kentucky Derby winner Monarchos, Preakness winner Point Given. They square off in the conclusion of the Visa Triple Crown. The Belmont Stakes, Saturday at 5 Eastern on NBC.
As you can see, Allen Iverson on fire. First 29 minutes, 38 points. He has been cooled off the last 15 minutes.
Well, you got to give Tyronn Lue a lot of credit. He's just shadowing him wherever he goes. Look at him. You can't shoot the ball if you don't get it in your hands. And you can see what Lue is doing. And then when he gets up the ball, look at him. The trap. Fox comes over, force him to give the ball up. No shot attempts. And what this also does is you see Lue, what he has done, plus 13 since he's in the game. But remember, one of the things the Sixers feast off of is offensive rebounds. And if Iverson's not penetrating, they lose a big part of their offense.
76ers with a 92-90 lead as we come up on 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Sixers trying to hold on to pull off the stunner in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Knocked away from Hill.
Aaron McKie looks like he come up a little gimpy on that play. We'll have to keep our eye on him.
McKie trying to work it out. He was hobbling, defending on Fox. Fox goes right at him. McKie is struggling, you can see. Bryant, played by Bell. He's done a good job. Shot clock at 3. Here's Kobe Bryant. And the game is tied at 92.
Who is going to score for Philadelphia now? If Allen Iverson can't get the ball, who is going to be able to put it in the basket?
Looks like McKie has worked it out, being pressured by Fox. They cannot get the ball to Iverson. Now Iverson returns to Bell. Shot clock running down. Iverson for 3. O'Neal on the box out. Under 3 to go. In this fourth quarter, the game is tied at 92. Rebound number 17 for Shaquille O'Neal. Bryant. O'Neal. And McKie on the rebound.
It's like Shaq got a little anxious on that. Mutombo had fallen out of the play. He had plenty of time. They had a new clock there.
Foul committed by Fox. Lakers with their 13 fouls, a non-shooting affair. Fox with his second. It's like Rick Fox is hurt.
Now, Eric Snow has come back in the game for Raja Bell. Remember now, Eric Snow makes big shots. So if they're going to trap and double team, he's been known to step up and hit big shots. So now he and Aaron McKie both are capable of making jumpers if they're going to trap Iverson.
Foul is called as Ori looked to strip Iverson. That's team foul number 4 on the Lakers. The 76ers already over the foul limit.
Well, you can see the Laker defense right now. Wherever Iverson goes, he's being trapped. Either a big man is coming over to help, a small forward. They are not going to allow him to work one-on-one here in the last 2.5 minutes of this game.
Phil Jackson staying with Tyronn Lue on Allen Iverson. His shots have been coming up short down the stretch.
I think he's gotten a little tired, and he should. I mean, as much energy as he has placed out in this game, but Lue has done a great job with help from his teammates.
Bryant trying to shake off Snow. Here's Bryant. The Lakers take a 94-92 lead.
The inside-outside combination. Kobe penetrating. Mutombo coming over to block the shot. No one getting to Shaq.
Chant of defense from this crowd at Staples. Shot clock down to 5. Snow. The Lakers looking for a charging foul. Eric Snow taking it to the rim to tie the game at 94.
76ers cannot allow penetration by Kobe. When he gets in the lane, Mutombo has to help, and Shaq is wide open.
Bryant played by Snow. Lost it. Ori on the recovery. Shot clock at 3. Ori. And Snow on the loose ball. Coming up on a minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Lakers being pushed to the limit here by the 76ers. Iverson. Kept alive by Mutombo. On the line, that 19-game win streak by the Lakers. They won their last 8 of the regular season. They've run the table to this point in the postseason, winning 11 of 11. Snow eluding Bryant. Rebound Mutombo. And fouled from behind by O'Neal.
Eric Snow has come in the game now, and twice he's dribble penetrated. He got a layup. This time he gets inside. He forces a tough shot. But Mark, watch what happens when he shoots this ball. Look at Shaq go for the block shot. So offensive rebound, so crucial to the 76ers. Now remember, Mutombo, an 80% free throw shooter. As Shaq comes over the top, critical free throws here from Mutombo, trying to give his team a 2-point lead.
He's 3 for 3 from the line. The Sixers perfect at the line. The last foul changed to Ori. the first miss of the night by the 76ers.
Phil Jackson always loves to do this. He loves to take his timeout between the free throws. He doesn't wait for the second one to be shot. He misses one, let him think about it, put the pressure on him. They'll come out of the timeout when Mutombo shoots his second free throw.
With four-wheel double wishbone suspension, the CR-V is the SUV that drives like a Honda.
I can listen. I can cook.
Good. I can coach.
Kids with something to do are less likely to do drugs.
I can drive.
I can paint.
I can dance.
A little of your time can make a lifetime of difference.
I can read.
I can help. You can help. Call toll-free 1-877-KIDS-313 to find out about community drug prevention programs.
I can keep a kid off drugs.
Could I see the right rear bite wing of Miss Burns, please? All right, now speak up if you feel any discomfort. No? No. Tricia, could you hold perfectly still, please? Can I get some suction? Tricia, why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 ain't 9. You heard that one.
The U.S. Olympic team, they're not out there every 4 years. They're out there every day.
Welcome back to Staples. Marv Albert, Doug Collins. 76ers and Lakers tied at 94. Each team with a full and a 20 remaining. Both teams over the foul limit. Dikembe Mutombo at the line for 2. Missed his first, has a second coming up. The first free throw missed this evening by the 76ers.
Now remember, Dikembe has 5 fouls, Mark, so if they go inside the Shaq, he can't take the foul. Somebody else is going to have to come down and take the foul for him if they decide to foul Shaq and make him shoot free throws because he struggled at the line tonight. But they have to have Dikembe on the floor to finish this game.
During the regular season, Mutombo a 73% free throw shooter. Dikembe receiving the treatment. Misses both. Half minute remaining in the fourth. Eric Snow defending on Kobe Bryant, who goes right at him and lost it. Last touch by Kobe.
Boy, brilliant defense there, Marv. They forced Kobe to turn, and they ran a defender in behind him. Now, more importantly, the shot clock is turned off. Philadelphia will have the last shot to win this game.
Now, Iverson has missed his last 4, and incredibly, he has never hit a game-winning shot over the course of his career, going back to his high school days. Roger Bell, Dikembe Mutombo, final seconds. Here's Snow firing one, and we go to overtime.
Allen Iverson could not get the ball in his hands. You have got to credit Tyronn Lue. He would not let him touch the ball. The shot clock winds down. What a golden opportunity for Philadelphia to score in the last possession and steal game 1. But just watch Lue. The quickness he has been attached to Allen Iverson since he has come in the game will not let him get the ball. This is great defense, and it forces Eric Snow to shoot a shot as the clock is going off, really, that has no chance to go in. And this is the shot they end up getting. So we'll go to overtime.
Lisa?
Tom,
Nice to meet you. I got a little held up at work.
where's that?
LA.
Introducing the 260 horsepower Acura TL Type S.
All right, guys, bring it in. Bring it in. Hey, where's Billy?
He's sick. He's our best player. Yeah, we can't play without him.
Come on, it's gonna be okay.
It's for the championship, Coach.
There's gonna be a lot of other games.
Hey, I can play.
Do you know how?
I'm not bad.
He's tall. What do you think? All right, let's play! Hey, if we win, we get to go to McDonald's. So don't play.
I think your creativity comes from within. I think everybody's born with creativity, but I believe it's the trust in yourself and the trust in your emotions to talk to yourself, so to speak, to become your own psychologist, to let your emotions out on a piece of paper, to not be afraid of anything, not be afraid of what people think, not be afraid of what people may say, to just be yourself. And I think that's something that's rare nowadays.
Yeah, one more time.
She's checking you out.
I've never seen anything that red.
Ditto.
Bolder, richer, creamier. Killian's Irish Red. One look says a lot.
Back in Los Angeles, we're headed to overtime in Game 1 of the NBA Finals during the regular season. 76ers, 3 up, 3 down. In OT, the Lakers went 6-3. This is the 26th game of the history of the NBA Finals to go into overtime. The last Finals game that headed into the extra session, Game 4 last season, with the Lakers defeating the Indiana Pacers 120-118 as Kobe Bryant took over in the overtime.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal fouled out of that game. It looked like the Pacers were going to have a great chance to even up that series. Kobe with 3 big shots late in that game. Brian Shaw with a tip in, but I think the big question right now, if you're the 76ers, can Mutombo stay on the floor and not foul out? With 5 fouls going against Shaq, they have got to keep him on the floor. They have no chance to win this game.
Bryant being played by Snow. Here's Kobe. Rebounded by Mutombo. And the Sixers find a way to get the basketball to Allen Iverson.
That's a great call. Can they free him for a shot?
Well, here's the shot from downtown. So he's missed his last 5. Tyronn Lue has been all over Allen Iverson. Perhaps the impersonating in practice of Iverson by Lue has paid off.
So you think he knows his moves, so when he does it, he's already got them.
Shot with single fingers and the score over Mutombo. The Lakers with a 2-point lead. 43 points for Shaquille O'Neal. Fox got a piece of it. Fox with the steal and calls timeout to save the possession. What a play by Rick Fox.
Well, the Lakers have G'd it up. They're taking away all passes. They're deflecting. They're not allowing the Sixers to run their offense. And if Iverson can't get the ball, they can't break the defense down. Mutombo with 5 fouls. He cannot commit the foul. Slow on the double team. Shaq with the rhythm. He has 43. And then the hustle by Rick Fox. This guy's been averaging about 2.5 steals throughout the playoffs. Loose ball. He wants it a little bit more than Aaron McKee there. Calls the timeout. Big possession. And you see the emotion of Rick Fox.
Close to a travel, but Rick getting the timeout.
Just imagine. The all-new Civic from Honda is the only car in its class to achieve a 5-star safety rating in every category. Amazing, but true. The all-new Civic, part of the Special Value Collection, now at your Honda dealer.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I know what I'm doing. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Watch my import. I'm going in.
go get a Wildcat. What are you doing?
Next February, we've got the home snow. The Winter Olympics in our house, Salt Lake 2002, on the networks of NBC.
The last time the Los Angeles Lakers lost a game was April the 1st here at Staples. They lost to the New York Knicks in the postseason. They have not only won 11 of 11, they have beaten their opponents by more than 15 points a game. They had not played a game since May the 27th. A long layoff after sweeping San Antonio. Did not look sharp at the start. The 76ers led by as many as 15. Lakers able to get back into it. And now in overtime with 3:49 remaining, the Lakers with the ball, and they lead at 96-94. Kobe Bryant off the spin, did not get Curry, but he will take it. Kobe only 6 of 20, 13 points, but he's given his club a 4-point advantage. Iverson will be dreaming about Tyronn Lue tonight. Can't get the shot off. McKee, he has to give it up. Hill, a terrific defense by the Los Angeles Lakers.
This is championship defense right now. The 76ers cannot run a play. It's broken down now to just try to go one-on-one and get a shot. The Lakers are smothering them now.
Fox beating McKee off the dribble, finds O'Neal, and a foul.
When you get in the lane, remember, Dikembe's going to be hesitant to come over because when he does, no one's there with Shaq. So a tough shot by Kobe. And then the next time down the floor, the defense once again, look at Lue. It's forcing Iverson to catch the ball about 35 feet away from the basket. Every shot contested. Pump fake, it looks like he changed pivot feet. So terrific defense that time by the Lakers. Shaq back at the line.
And that is point number 44 to tie this season's playoff high for Shaquille, his career playoff high, 46. You look back, game 1 against the Pacers in the NBA Finals last season, 43 points, 19 rebounds. We're looking at 44 and 20 at this moment.
Well, what did Phil Jackson tell you yesterday? He wanted 50 from him? Well, he might need 50 for them to win.
Lakers now have in this overall superb team defensive play by the Lakers. It has become desperation time for the Sixers with just under 2.5 remaining in overtime. Raja Bell can't find the shot, and then to the scoop. Raja Bell with a gorgeous move to bring the Sixers within 3. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in overtime. Shaq up high to set the pick. Down to 6 on the 24. A tumble playing with 5. Here's Shaq. Can't find the angle. Huge possession for the Sixers. Iverson goes and Lue draws the foul. That would have counted.
That's the first time Iverson's gotten the open court in about the last 18 or 20 minutes. Raja Bell does a 360, has no place to go, is going to get called for a 3-second violation. He scoops it up there with his left hand, and then Allen Iverson finally gets some daylight here in the open court. This would have been a miraculous shot. More importantly, had he made that in the free throw, it would have tied the game. So with all that's gone on here, Marv, and the Lakers swarming defense, if Allen Iverson scores this free throw, it's only going to be a 1-point game. So Sixers still very much alive. Iverson now with only 5 points over the last, 30 minutes?
9 of 9 at the line. Now has 43 points. Pressure being shown by the Sixers as the Lakers take a timeout. 1:38 remaining in overtime. The Lakers 99, the Sixers 98. We'll be back in LA in a moment.
four-wheel double wishbone suspension, the CR-V is the SUV that drives like a Honda.
The Lakers taking a timeout, and they used 8 seconds on the 24-second clock, so they have 2 seconds to get it over the midcourt line.
Well, this is where your assistant coaches have to be on top of this. They've got to throw the ball ahead. Otherwise, the 2 seconds goes away, and they lose the shot clock violation here. So the awareness of the Lakers to throw this ball ahead and get it across half court.
And they get it across the timeline. A minute and a half remaining in this overtime. Here's Lou.
Bad shot there at that time in the game.
The 76ers with the ball down by 1. Iverson for 3. Yes! Allen Iverson has given the Sixers a 101-99 lead.
See, Lou took the bad shot, fell out of the play. Nobody got to Iverson. He went ahead and took advantage. That's 5 points on the break now, the last 2 possessions for Iverson.
46 for Allen Iverson. Oh, that pass thrown by Fox off the mark. The Lakers contending it was deflected by the Sixers. The officials say no. Philadelphia ball with 1:05 remaining in OT.
This Sixer team will not go away. Well, it looked like they were just discombobulated offensively. They just keep fighting back.
7 unanswered for the 76ers. Iverson bothered by Lou. Iverson. Yes.
How about that?
And steps over Tyronn Lue.
7 straight points by Iverson. Looked like he was dead in the water.
The Sixers by 4. 40 seconds left in overtime. Bryant played well by Bell. Very low, but able to convert.
Well, you're a coach, you know, you're Larry Brown. You said, if he misses that shot, we're going to win this game. Now you've got to score because the Lakers are going to get another possession.
76ers with the ball, and they have a 2-point lead. There is a 9-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. 3 on the 24. Oh, the runner by Eric Snow gives the Sixers a 105-101 lead. As you mentioned earlier, Doug, Eric Snow, a player who on a number of occasions has hit clutch shots down the stretch.
Allen Iverson, the courage of this young guy. He'd been totally shut down. Gets out of the break, hits a 3 to give his team a 2-point lead, and then he steps back in the corner. Tyronn Lue and Eric Snow, a running 1-footer as the clock winds down to give the Sixers a 4-point lead.
Do I say may I or can I?
May I? Go ahead, sweetie.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
May I have a Happy Meal?
I don't think she did good.
I think I did well.
McDonald's presents its Showtime at the Apollo Kids Talent Search. This could be your child's chance to shine. Open to kids ages 5 through 12. For more information, go to McDonald's.com or call toll-free 1-866-294-9657.
We love to see you smile.
The beauty, the world of Ralph Lauren. A new way to shop, just a click away. Polo.com.
Developed into one of the classic games in NBA Finals history. The 76ers have a 105-100 lead, 10.5 seconds remaining. In overtime, you see the Sixers do have a foul to give Friday night here on NBC, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll be back here at Staples to bring you Game 2 of the NBA Finals, Sixers and the Lakers. Game number 2. And Larry Brown telling his ball club to give that foul. The Lakers had a 99-94 lead with the ball with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in OT.
Well, if the Sixers go ahead to win, that shot by Raja Bell will really weigh heavy.
All right, here's Fox. Sixers do not foul. And now a loose ball foul with 4 4/10 seconds remaining. It's on Fox of the Lakers. They're over the limit. And the 76ers on their way to pulling off a stunner in Game 1 here at Staples. The Lakers coming in with 19 straight wins, 11 of 11 in the postseason, dismantling the San Antonio Spurs and going against a Sixer team that was taken to the limit by the Bucks, capping it off with that Game 7 victory on Sunday night.
Mark, the biggest question is going to be, how are the Lakers going to respond to this? They have been almost invincible. They have, like you said, waltzed through the playoffs. Nobody has been able to dent their psyche. Well, tonight, the Sixers come in, win this game on the road to steal the home court. And remember, they have 3 games, the middle games at home.
All right, here's Lou with time running out on the Lakers. That will count. The Philadelphia 76ers have defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 1. Allen Iverson with some big buckets down the stretch after going quiet for quite some time in the second half, thanks to the excellent defensive job by the Lakers. But Iverson finished with 48. Shaquille O'Neal with 44. Kobe Bryant only 7 of 21 for 15 points. Let's go over to Lewis Johnson.
All right, Marv, thanks a lot. These guys giving each other a hug. Allen, you have ended the 19-game winning streak by the Lakers. No one expected that to happen. You were hot early. You cooled off because of the defense from Tyronn Lue. How did you get it back?
It was holding me the whole time, and once he got on me, you know. But I mean, it's just, that's the way we are. You know, we play hard. We came in here, you know, expecting to win. You know, everybody already counted us out, and you know, we're not gonna act like we won it all right now, because we still have some more business ahead of us. You know, we're just gonna keep playing hard, and whatever happens, happens.
Since you have shocked everybody here, what do you take out of this game for Game 2?
We know we can win, you know, and we knew we can win before we came here. You know, everybody, you know, counted us out, like I said, but you know, they thought we were gonna get swept, you know, and that's like a slap in the face for everything that we worked for all year. And I'm just happy my teammates hung in there and we got this win.
Dikembe, you were in an unbelievable battle down low. How tough was it against Shaq tonight?
I think it was great. I think I did a great job all game. We just got hurt when I got in my 3rd foul, and the coach made a decision that I should come on the bench. You know, I cannot dispute that, but I just went to sit on the bench, let the rest of the guys play, and I came back and I did a great job and finished the game strong.
Tell me about the risk of staying on the floor with 5 fouls, especially with the game hanging in the balance there.
I don't know, for some reason, I always play good when I get my 5th foul, because I'm becoming more cautious about what I'm doing. Don't get an easy foul that will let us to lose the ball game. I knew that my presence on the floor was very important. I'm glad that I was able to stay there and help my team win this ball game.
All right, Dikembe, congratulations.
Thank you.
Marv?
All right, thank you, Lewis. Philadelphia, relentless tonight. They come back from 13 down early, 5 down in overtime. They led by as many as 15. Lakers get back into it, but the Sixers do it in OT as Allen Iverson hit for 48. Shaquille O'Neal 44 and 20 rebounds, but missed 12 free throws. And that's something that people will be talking about as they review game number 1. The NBA Finals continue on NBC Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, with game 2. Coming up tonight, following your late local news, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. And for those of you who would like to continue with coverage from the finals, a post-game special on CNBC will immediately follow these upcoming messages. For Doug Collins, Jim Gray, Lewis Johnson, I'm Marv Albert. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on NBC.